playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit.
There's a lot more to know about the fantasy headlines. Nation. Headliner Nation. Fantasy headlines for the nation. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
Yo. Analytics off the chain. Other channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. Y'all stuck on third down. Your content's plain Jane. Headliners on top now. We gonna move and change. Podcast off the rip. Draft guide, so legit. Fantasy world, our game tight. You know we about that Chubb life. Stuck in a rut and you need some motivation. Head to the channel for this Headliner Nation.
I'm a headliner.
Yo! What up, Headliners? Saturday night.
Where else would we rather be on a Saturday night than hanging out with the community?
Few different places, but no, never. Anywhere else. Right here. Nowhere else.
Well, full disclosure, I had fallen asleep and I almost missed the entire live stream. That would have been a first for me.
It wouldn't be the first time this week you missed something.
What else did I miss?
Friday.
You're damn right, Kyle. It's been a rough week. I didn't even remember that.
I didn't think about it till you just said something about missing the whole live
It's been a rough
stream.
week, y'all. It's been a rough week. 11 weeks of no sleep has caught up. And yeah, I'm on the struggle bus right now, but we are here to talk about some football with y'all for about the next 2 hours. A lot of foosball, Kyle. A lot of things going. A lot of people expecting Justin Jefferson back this week. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to wait another week for that, right? Mm-hmm. But no Justin Jefferson. They finally ruled out Dallas Goedert so people could actually put him on their IR spots. Been waiting all damn week for that. They took him to the last day possible. So yeah, a lot's going on right now, Kyle. But you know what? It's time to make that playoff run. It's time to make a run. So we're all walking away with championships and trophies and belts and rings and money and everything else.
It is time to lock it in. Pull the key out. Get your
don't lose the key
padlock. Wrap it around your playoff spot. Push it tight. Lock that.
Is that what you call it? You wrap it around your playoff spot? Is that your nickname for it? The playoff spot?
Robert L. Jones becoming a member for the 14th month. What up, Robert? Yo, my headliner generals. Full PPR. We got to pick two for the flex between Christian Kirk, Puka, Aaron Jones, and Aaron Jones again. Maybe it's Austin Jones, Aaron Jones's brother, who plays in the 14 and under Pee Wee League. No,
is that a fact, or did you just make that up?
I just made that up. And then
there ain't no way that's true, right?
Devonna Chan is my RB2. Love you, guys. Forehead kisses. For Robert, forehead kisses to you as well. We need to pick two in a full PPR. We'll go ahead and listen. Even though the Jags sucked last week,
Balls.
Christian Kirk did not.
Did you know that Christian Kirk is the only wide receiver who actually gets targeted down the field? He's the only wide receiver in multiple weeks that has had averaged more than 10 yards per reception. I mean, everybody else just dinking and dunking. Christian Kirk got him something over Trevor Lawrence at this point. Like he's holding something over his head, right? He's getting the looks down the field.
Great couple.
I mean, I can't argue
Trevor Lawrence and Christian Kirk are the diet Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp.
I mean, I think there's a better duo out there that we could have chosen because right now Matthew Stafford isn't really, Yeah, he's old and decrepit. I know the feeling.
Anyway, we're picking Christian Kirk. Are we going to put Aaron Jones or Devonna Chan in as the second one? I'm kind of leaning.
No.
towards
Aaron Jones or Puka. Chan's already in. Oh, no, it says
Oh,
flag.
I'm reading the question now. He wants to know Jones or Achan is his RB2.
That's it. Yep.
We're going to go with Achan as the RB2. Now do we do Aaron Jones or Puka for the second
There we
spot?
go.
There we
There
go.
we
Now we're on board.
I think if we want to play it a little bit safer, we go Aaron Jones. But me, personally, in a full PPR, as long as we got Matthew Stafford starting, I don't know if I want to risk not having Puka or Kupp in my lineup for that matter. So I'm going with Puka in a full PPR.
Robert, listen, Jake just wants you to get all the biscuits this week.
Every damn
Because
biscuit.
you're risking it, baby, for the biscuit. Let's go.
All the biscuits.
Chris all in a full PPR. We got to start one. Nico Collins, Calvin Ridley, Jerry Judy, or JSN. And then Sam Howell or Dak Prescott.
Well, I got Dak higher than Howell this week.
Okay,
that
let's
one's a
lock in
little
Dak.
bit easier. The other one, though, man, Calvin Diddley ain't done nothing in weeks. Jerry Judy ain't done nothing all year. JSN just doesn't get enough volume. Nico Collins isn't 100% healthy, but there's no Noah Brown, and it's a great matchup going up against Arizona. I think if you want to play it safest, you go Nico. If you just want to, once again, risk it for the biscuit, that's when you go Calvin Ridley. It is a great matchup for Calvin Ridley. These are the types of matchups that we should want to start him. The only reason we're not is because they haven't included him all year long. But if you want to risk it, it's Ridley. And play it safer, it's Collins.
So many biscuits this week. Red
So
Hulk.
damn many biscuits.
I did not read this comment, and this comment came in way before the stream even started. And I've been saying biscuits for like 5 minutes now. Red Hulk says, got a 4-piece no biscuit for you guys. No
Wow.
joke.
Well,
I
mean, you
didn't
couldn't have
read
planned
it.
any
I
better.
had no idea that was said.
Type 1 in the chat if you believe Kyle. Type 2 if you think he's lying.
You don't have to believe me if you don't want to. I am telling the truth. One, Fields or Russ this week. I don't know if I'm starting Fields game 1 against Detroit at Detroit. First game back. Oh, man. I know. I get it. Rushing upside, all that, yada, yada, yada.
I mean, and they're going to be losing. I think Detroit's going to go out there and be winning. They're going to have to throw it. So you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm doing it again. Give me Justin Fields. I would prefer to wait too, but if the other option is Russell Wilson, his ceiling hasn't been that high. Do not even throw him for like 200 yards a week. So I'm gonna risk it with Justin Fields.
So then Fields or Purdy?
I got Purdy higher. I'm pretty sure.
Purdy higher than Fields.
I got
Number
Purdy
3.
higher than Fields.
Number 3 is a Chan or Deontay Johnson in a PPR. I'm probably still leaning a Chan here.
At this point, we already know what the ceiling is, and it's matchup winning. And we've seen it multiple weeks. I don't know if we can discount this guy anymore because we can come out here, Kyle, and say, you know what? Maybe he's going to be eased back in. Maybe he's not going to get a lot of volume. He doesn't need a lot of volume. Duke could go out there and have a freaking ridiculous fantasy day and 5 touches. So coming off the bye week, I would tend to agree with you there.
And then Njoku or McBride. I've got McBride higher than David N this week.
Yep.
Chris all in with another question. Lost Mark Andrews. Which tight end should I trade for? Like Komet. Got Derrick Henry, Kamara, CMC, Kyron Williams, Aaron Jones, CeeDee Lamb, Pittman Ridley, and Nico Collins. Chris, it's kind of the same thing. I've gotten this question a lot this week, and it's kind of I'm going to tell you the same thing that I've told everyone else. You've either got a number 1, look for teams that have multiple good tight ends and target those teams first and ask about them, or number 2, try to find something on the waiver wire. Because if teams only have one good tight end, there is no way they are trading them. It just is not happening. And if they do, they're going to be wanting you to trade way too much. So if you had Mark Andrews, more than likely you need to just go pick up Isaiah Likely, and hopefully he ends up giving you somewhat of like halfway Mark Andrews production the rest of the season, because you probably aren't going to trade for one. It's just not going to happen unless you find a team with multiple tight ends. That's what you're going to have to do at this point.
Yeah, if there's somebody out there hoarding them.
Henry Lopez becoming a member for the 30th month. Hola, amigos. 10-team bonus league, full PPR, extra points for 40 yards or more on runs and receptions. Should I start Jalen Hurts or Brock Purdy pending the weather?
I mean, yeah, there's a chance of rain on Monday, and that's the biggest out of all the games all week long. Monday night's game has the biggest chance of rain. I understand it. As of right now, I still have Jalen Hurts higher. However, if you just want to put in somebody who's safe, solid, consistent, a good matchup, and a fully healthy offense, I cannot fault you whatsoever if you'd rather play it safer with Brock Purdy. Because Brock Purdy, when that offense is fully healthy, especially playing at home, is about as consistent as you can get in fantasy football.
And then are we going to go with Devontae Smith or Ayuk in the flex? Smith is getting a huge bump with no Dallas Goedert, but we just talked about the weather. So,
and that's the same type of thing, right? I mean, if you want to just play it safer, Ayuk is going to be the safer option. I know that I even mentioned in my wide receiver start sit that, man, I want Devontae Smith in my lineup with no Dallas Goedert. But if you'd rather not wait to find out what that weather is going to be, then Ayuk is not a bad pivot by any means.
And I'll tell you what it says right now for Philadelphia at KC. Could be a bit showery with some off and on rain. Winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. The biggest issue that they're worried about are stronger wind gusts coming through. So rain doesn't sound like it's going to be a huge issue the entire game. It does sound like big wind gusts would be what would hurt things. So moving on to two of these nuts, becoming a member for the second month. Should I pick up Isaiah Likely? I have Musgrave, Freiermuth, and Waller on IR. Full PPR 12 team, first at 8-2. You guys are the best. Forehead kisses. Tua
out there he's just hoarding all the tight ends. You know what I mean?
Hoarding all of them.
He's got tight ends all over his roster at this point.
I mean, honestly, I'm not with those two unless you want to drop one and pick one up. And if I'm doing that, I'm dropping Musgrave and picking up Likely. But I don't need
at
to
this
hold
point.
that
I feel like
many tight
Musgrave
ends.
and Likely are going to be fairly similar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd probably just hang tight.
People are going to point to like the 1 or 2 games where where Likely went off, and the times that Mark Andrews has missed since then, he hasn't done anything in those stretches. So
he didn't really get much opportunity in the game last week with Andrews going out early. So
yeah, they have way more wide receiver help than they have. I think we're also kind of waiting to hear what happens on OBJ. Do we have an update on that? Did Ethan talk about it and I just missed it?
I mean, I think he's still technically questionable, but
okay. Daniel Chavez. Help with the lineup in a full PPR. Choose 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 flex. For the running back position, we need to choose 2 from Breece Hall, Jerome Ford, Gibbs, and Chandler. I can already tell you right now my flex is going to include one of these running backs. I'm going Breece Hall, Jerome Ford, and Gibbs, Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm playing all 3 of those guys. Then for the 2 wide receivers, this is a full PPR. Deontay Johnson, DJ Moore, and Amari Cooper. I feel like we need to stay away from Amari Cooper this week. Am I correct in that assumption right there?
With DTR as the quarterback. Now, I don't think he completely craps the bed, because I talked about earlier in the week how Amari Cooper's about as safe and consistent as they get wide receiver. Right, he's going to hover around 10 points. He has all year. But when we said that, we assumed that PJ Walker was going to be the guy taking over for Deshaun Watson, not DTR. So now with DTR, yeah, it's a little bit more risky for sure.
So, Jake, this week, if DTR goes off, you have to refer to him the rest of the season as DTR is DTF. Only if he goes off this week. If he sucks, you don't have to.
He's got a way go off. Yeah.
And then Ingram or Ferguson. I've got Ferguson ranked higher. He does have a little bit more upside than Evan Ingram for me right now. Sean Smallwood becoming a member for the 14th month. Have Dell and Garrett Wilson in my flex. Other options are Thielen, DK, and Montgomery. Am I sticking with those 2 in a PPR? Thanks for your help. I'm going with Montgomery over Garrett Wilson. I mean, Montgomery's going to have a huge day. Like, if he gets 60 rushing yards,
he's going to get touchdown chances.
I said it in the video, 60 rushing yards, but like 2 touchdowns potentially. So
yeah, it's a revenge game, and he's looking forward to it. They made a social media post in Detroit at one day this week. I don't know what day it came out. And it says, like, what remaining game on the schedule are you looking forward to the most? And David Montgomery held up that Bears logo and was like, I'm looking forward to this one. That alone right there is enough for me to have him in there locked in as a flex. Because you know that with Dan Campbell, he's like a player's dude, right? Like, he's going to make sure that he has an opportunity to just rub it in the face just a little bit.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, but are we sticking with Dell over Thielen or DK? Or do we even play Garrett Wilson over Dell? Probably not.
Man, Garrett Wilson sees so many damn targets. Technically, I have Tank Dell as the highest ranked out of all of them with no Noah Brown and with Nico not 100% healthy. He's technically the guy I have ranked the highest. Garrett Wilson probably going to be the safest floor, but Tank Dell, I think, has a slightly higher ceiling.
The only reason that I'm laughing at Buck right now is because I know out of all the people in the chat, he would be one to be messing with us.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
OMG, I just did a super chat. You haven't answered yet.
Yeah.
Buck, I'm skipping your super chat now. How does that? I got Sean, Jason, Olivero. What's up, headliners? On vacation, heading north to the Windy Cindy for Turkey Day. Need 1 for a half PPR Superflex Bake Show or Hendo. Need a dub. Love you. I'm going with the quarterback. In those Superflex leagues, typically your quarterbacks are going to have higher ranges than what some of your position players are. Hendo's not a high enough rated position player for me to say, yeah, let's go over him over the Bake.
I agree with that at the end of it. I mean, I don't love Baker's matchup going up against San Francisco on the road. However, maybe we get some garbage time points that could outproduce that of Hendo.
Brent Shin becoming a member for the 24th month. What up, guys? Need help. Goff or Murray this week?
They're dang close. I got Goff 1 spot higher than Murray this week.
Worried Goff won't have to throw much, and I think the Cardinals game will be a shootout. Thank you. I don't see Jared Goff coming off the field, though. I don't think.
Me neither.
And the Bears actually allow the second fewest rushing yards in the NFL right now.
Yep.
And statistically speaking, they actually do a decent job of stopping the run up front, but they can't stop the pass to save their lives. And they can't really stop the passing game when it comes to the running backs either. I'm still going with Jared Goff.
Yep.
Jeff Garcia resubbing for the 30th month. What up, guys? Keep up the good work. You know we will, baby. And the hunt in 6 out of 7 leagues due to your advice, Jeff. Appreciate you. Glad things are working out so far this year. Bruce Cowdery and a full PPR Marquise Brown or Romeo Noobs. I'm going Marquise Brown. Am I correct?
I got Marquise Brown 2 spots higher. But I do think this is a good opportunity for Packers wide receivers. Probably not Christian Watson because Fantasy Bigfoot now hasn't done anything in forever. Dude's just a permanent.
Wait a second.
He got renamed. You don't watch my videos, Kyle. However,
I don't watch all of them all the time.
It's okay. I don't watch all yours either. It's okay. It's okay to admit it. But yeah, I said, you know what? We've used it with Devontae Parker, but now he doesn't have a role big enough to even have a nickname. The new one, we transitioned it over to Christian Watson because all he ever is injured. Trying to find him in a fantasy lineup is like finding Bigfoot. So yeah. But anyway, I got Hollywood Brown a couple spots higher going up against Houston.
Can you not bark at me, please?
Is your dog pissed?
Yeah, he's wanting to be petted. I gotta acknowledge.
I know the feeling.
Please next time don't say that in the terms of me talking about petting something. I need to acknowledge this super chat real quick. We're gonna jump the line here real fast because Ricky has been around for a minute, and Ricky is probably one of our most active members in this community. He just sent a $10 super chat. I appreciate this channel so much. I lost my mom to pancreatic cancer this weekend. This channel positively helped me through a tough time while I was being with her. I had no idea, Ricky, that your mom was even sick. If you mentioned that and I missed it, I apologize. Dude, I'm so sorry to hear that you lost her this weekend.
Absolutely.
That's awful, man.
I mean, I feel like we talk all the time. And if you ever need to talk some more, my friend, you know that Kyle and I are always available.
Yeah, for sure. Man, that's tough to hear, dude. Hopefully she's not hurting anymore, though. That's the biggest thing. So, Jeff Garcia just got you. Bruce got you. Black Market with a $1.99 donation. Clearly, Black Market sending that to try and hack all of our stuff here. King Lapo, 24. Start on... For flex standard leagues, start 1 probably, I'm assuming, is what that's supposed to be. Pickens, whoever the starting running back for the Viking is or the starting running back for the Bears. I'm staying away from the Bears running backs this week. I don't want nothing to do with Foreman going up against the Detroit Lions defense. I don't want nothing to do with Khalil Herbert, his first game back. I'm staying away from both of them. Running back is Ty Chandler for the Vikings. I would be willing to bet money that he is going to be that guy getting a majority of the touches this week. So really, for me, it's between Chandler and Pickens. Since it's a standard league, part of me feels like Pickens.
I mean, I hate how Pittsburgh has ruined George Pickens because they have ruined George Pickens. Kenny Pickett is that bad. But if it's me, I'm probably still leaning towards Pickens because I'm just hoping for that 140-yard touchdown. That's like all I'm hoping for.
I just heard doors shut in my house, which means my family's here, which means I'm going to let my dog run inside real quick so he stops barking at me and barks at them instead.
Facts.
So give me 10 seconds.
Everybody count. Ready? Countdown. Ready? 10.
Let's go.
9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Failed like usual. All right, let's move on here. You're late. You were late. 808 all day, full PPR, pick one. You got Stroud or Goff. Well, I had Stroud higher. Stroud's definitely had to drop a little bit because of no Noah Brown and Nico not being 100%. However, I probably still lean Stroud a hair if you're looking for the higher ceiling. I think the safer floor this week, though, is still going to be Jared Goff if you'd rather play it a little bit safer. Pick one wide receiver, 2 running backs, and a flex out of Evans, Deontay, Nico, Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, Javonte, Devon Chan, James Cook. Okay, we got tons of damn options here. For the one wide receiver, it's between Evans, Deontay, Nico, right? So out of those 3, Evans, Deontay, Nico. Evans, Deontay. I'm going with Mike Evans. Out of those options, give me Mike Evans. Now, at running back, Kyle, Breece Hall, or Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be one of them. We're waiting for you. You don't want to answer. It's okay. Because it's the Lion, but it's okay. You can answer.
Yes.
So if that's one of the running backs, then we got to choose a second one out of Breece Hall, Javonte Williams, Devon Chan, and James Cook.
I've got a chant. Hold on. Let me check that real quick.
I think even if a Chan's not the running back,
the highest this week.
So it'd be Hall, Gibbs, and then personally, I'm going to flex Devon Chan out of those options.
Yes.
And then
I have a Chan and Mostert both in the top 10 this week.
Yeah, it could be another one of those weeks. For sure. Oh, they also get 1 point per rush. Now all of a sudden Javonte Williams absolutely skyrockets up the list because dude's probably going to get like 17 carries this week. Dang it, 808. That is a... Okay.
I'm even with that being said.
You're looking at a 20-point floor for Javonte Williams and a 1 point per rush.
With
Easy.
that being said, I think I've got to go with him over a Chan.
I think I do. I think
Yeah.
because of that, a Chan's not going to see that volume. Javonte could get 20-plus touches alone this week going up against Minnesota, and at 1 point per rush, I think he's got to be the flex. If we're going to take a little bit of a gamble on some of the other ones, then we got to keep it a little bit safer there and go with Javonte at the flex for sure.
Dustin Kane, what's up, guys? Gibbs or Brian? He says BJ Robinson Jr.
I think he just wanted to type BJ on the internet.
Yeah, I think that was all it is.
Pretty sure
Gibbs
that's
or
his-
Brian Robinson Jr. at the flex. I have Gibbs higher. Also have a trade offer, T-Law for DJ Moore. I really need a wide receiver. Thoughts have Stroud as my starting quarterback. If this is a 1 QB league, absolutely make that
Yep.
trade. Absolutely. I actually, just real quick, public service announcement to everybody. If your league mates have been affected by the quarterback position and they're looking to trade for a quarterback and it's a 1 quarterback league, I highly encourage all of you to take advantage of them.
Just total take advantage of them.
Just, yeah.
Just use them at this point.
Yep. Yeah.
I like it.
Jeremy Morrow, start 2 wide receivers, full PPR. Tyreek Hill, yes. And then Puka Nakua or Devontae Smith. I'm assuming you're going to say Puka.
Yep. Especially because it's a full PPR.
Eclipse, Singletary or a Chan. I've got a Chan higher than Singletary this week. And then Gabe Davis or the Doobs in a standard league.
I think in a standard league, maybe it sounds crazy, but give me the more consistent play of Romeo Dobbs. I mean, he continues to have touchdowns like 3 of the 4 past weeks. So, I mean, definitely give me some Romeo Dobbs in a standard league. And let's hope for another touchdown in what could be a game where they have to continue to throw it against the Chargers.
OEG official becoming a member for the 28th month. What up, Goats? Need a running back and a flex in a full PPR between Ford, Javonte, and Ridley. Much appreciation for all you do, headliners. It's Ford and Javonte for me.
Yep, I agree. I just can't trust Calvin Diddley right now.
Gillian Jemanja, flex 2, Garrett Wilson, a Chan, or Puka in a full PPR, Puka and a Chan.
I mean, they're going to give you the safe floor, but their ceiling's higher than Garrett Wilson's.
I'm going to say the same thing that I'm going to say to basically everybody. I'll play a Chan. If he wasn't healthy, they would not have brought him back this week. They would have made him sit another week. They've been fine without him in terms of, yeah, they've been losing games, but the offense isn't like crappy without him or anything like that.
Right.
They wouldn't be bringing him back right now if he wasn't healthy. I'll roll him out there. Austin, 71-53, Murray or T-Law this week and rest of season. Blowing some kisses there.
Is it
I
crazy?
would go Murray rest of season.
I do too. I mean, he's
Shows
got
the
a
highest
great
upside
schedule.
right now.
I mean, he's got a great schedule. He got the rushing upside, and Trevor Lawrence just hasn't done it.
Black Market sending another donation.
Couldn't hack in the first time.
This time he's unhacking our computers. He's done. He's trying to get us
Appreciate
one way
that.
or the other. If Madison is out, would you start Ty over Pacheco? I still have Pacheco higher.
Tough matchup for Pacheco, but if the weather's bad and it does rain, maybe we can expect a little bit more groundwork as well.
I have Pacheco at 24 and Chandler at 27. Gabe Martinez. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday, Gabe. I hope you are as well. Should I trade Hollywood Brown for Devontae Smith? Not sure who is better rest of season. I have Kyler and CJ for my starting quarterbacks. I would take the upside of Devontae Smith in a better offense as of right now with a more stable quarterback as of right now over Hollywood Brown, even though I do like Hollywood Brown the rest of the season as well.
And maybe we get a couple weeks without Goddard, and if that's the case, you get a couple extra weeks of upside for Devontae Smith.
Matt Goodhart, Scary Terry, Pachuca, or Nico Collins.
Who the hell is Pachuca? It's Pukachu.
Pukachu. Or Nico Collins in a full PPR, it's Puka.
In a full PPR, yes, I would agree.
JB becoming a member for the 23rd month. Love you guys. Jay, love you too. 2.5 point PPR. Who's going to be his flex? DeAndre Hopkins, Brian Robinson, or Trey McBride looking for the safest floor. Thanks, fellas. All right, let me answer your question here real quick, and Jake, you can agree with me or not. D-Hop has your highest upside. Brian Robinson has your safest floor, but Trey McBride has the best of both. He's going to have a better floor than DeAndre Hopkins. Not quite as good of a floor as not quite as good of a floor maybe as Brian Robinson, maybe just a smidge higher, but he does have more upside than Brian Robinson, so I'm willing to go that route with Trey McBride.
Well, I like your sound thinking, and it does make total sense. I think I personally go Brian Robinson since Antonio Gibson's not going to be there this week, and just kind of hope for 16 plus total touches. Personally, but I don't dislike McBride at all. I like them touches. I want them guaranteed touches.
I have a problem because I'm still hurt by the last time I ranked Brian Robinson inside the
Also
top
facts.
5 against the New York Giants,
Facts,
and all they did
right.
was come out and just throw the ball for like 3 straight quarters before they decided to do anything with him. But whatever. RJ. Nope, I missed somebody. I'm going to go to Ray Fultz first, becoming
We'll
a
be
member
right
for
back
the
to you,
27th month. What up, guys? Got one heck of a matchup tomorrow. I'm playing the number 2 guy, Justin Jefferson. Still out. Got my fingers crossed. Much love. We got our fingers crossed for you as well. RJ Bacani with a 10 bomb. His 10th super chat on a live stream. RJ, appreciate you. 8-2 in a full PPR with Mahomes Etienne and KW3, CD and Devontae, McBride and Monty at the flex position, Stroud, Achan, Kirk, and Ferguson on the bench. Any moves this week? I've got Achan higher than Kenneth Walker.
Yep.
I would put Achan in for Kenneth Walker.
And I'm super close on Kirk over Devontae if we want the safer floor for the weather game potentially on Monday. Because I think Kirk offers something similar to as Devontae and doesn't have the weather concern.
Shone becoming a member for the 6th month. What up,
Is it Shone or is it
headliners?
Sean?
Are we going with Howell?
Sean.
What?
Is it Shone or is it Sean?
Shone.
Sean. Okay.
Because I always call him Shone.
Oh.
That is an O. I'm calling him Shone.
When you turn a light switch, do you turn it on or do you turn it
Yes.
on?
No, O.
Oh, you just turn it
Am
on.
I not the only one who says it like that?
You are the only one.
Shone becoming a member for the 6th month. What up, headliners? Howell or Fields?
I actually have Sam Howell higher this week.
Hollywood or Nico?
Hold on. They're super close. Give me Hollywood Brown this week.
And then also, can you tell my girl to suck it? She's mad I'm tuning in right now. I draw the line at girlfriends/wives. Unless you're playing them in fantasy that week. If you're playing them and they need to suck it, I'd be more than willing to deliver that one. But I can't, out of the pure goodness of my heart, do that to anybody else.
I mean, he asked for it.
He did. But I can't do it.
Suck it. I didn't say the name though, so it's kind of like I can always deflect and say I didn't. It wasn't geared towards you. You know what I mean?
Jose Hernandez with a 10 bomb. I have Josh Allen and CJ. Thinking of trading Allen for Mixon and Evans and rolling with CJ into the playoffs. Thoughts, full PPR, same thing I'll say a minute ago. If it's a one quarterback league, absolutely. Let's take advantage of those guys.
Yeah.
Let's do
and
it.
That would be a great way to take advantage if you're getting Mixon and Evans in the deal.
Anna, that is absolutely true. If you need me to tell your grandma to suck it, I absolutely will. 100%.
Okay.
Omar Barrientos. Set my lineup. Walker, Mostert, Achan, Swift, or Warren. Need an RB2 and a flex.
You need 2 running backs and a flex. So 3 of these guys. And that's tough.
My highest ranked players are Mostert, Achan, and Swift.
I mean, that is serious ceiling right there. Tote ceiling is what I'm going to call that.
If you want to be safer and you don't want to play Mostert and Achan together, then go Walker, Mostert, and Swift.
But run the risk of sitting Devon Achan and having him score 75 points on your bench.
Which he's basically done every game he's played this year.
Close.
175 points.
Almost.
That's what we're going to go with. Kalen Dunn. Hey, guys. Half PPR for the flex. Hopkins, Lockett if he plays. Pacheco or Dobbs. Safest bet here, once again, is going to be Pacheco.
Hopkins.
Highest upside is Hopkins for me.
I'm going Hopkins. And that's where I'm going to probably go. I'd be going Hopkins.
Casey Collinson. Rate my roster / lineup. 2 quarterback PPR league.
Okay.
Hurts and Stroud. A- so far.
Yep.
A.J. Brown and Keenan Allen. It is now an A+.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones and Jahmyr Gibbs. I'll go
Solid A.
A-. I'm going to go down to an A-.
But you're about to bump up anyway.
Kelsey will go back up to an A. Ayuk will stay at an A. And then James Cook, Kirk, Pittman, Mitchell, Collins, and Dobbs. I'm going to drop it down. Now I'm going to keep it in an A-. I'm going to go A- there. Don't love the running back depth. Don't hate it either.
And you only do have 2 quarterbacks. So if you were to lose one, you don't have another option.
B+, just like I said.
I'm still sticking with an A-.
B+.
Got it.
A-. Taylor Bryson in a half PPR pick 3 from Ford, Pacheco, Jones, Sutton, and Ridley. I'm going nothing but RBs with Ford, Pacheco, and Jones. Unless you want more upside, then you could go with Sutton over Pacheco instead.
I don't disagree with that.
Spencer, need 2.5 PPR. Barkley, Achane, and Aaron Jones. Barkley and Achane for me.
Yep.
Crisscross. Chase owner. Do I do Chase / Olave for Smith / Kirk in a PPR? I feel like no. I feel like you're losing too much there.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
a
it
no for me.
sucks what's going to happen to Jamar Chase, but I mean, once you pair up Olave too, yeah, that's a big drop off right there.
Clark Boy, Rod, Barkley, Achane, Jay Williams, and Brian Robertson. It does say Robertson, not Robinson.
It does. I know.
Have to bench one in a standard league. If I have to bench one and it's standard, I probably do have to go with Brian Robertson. If it was Brian Robinson, I would say you could play him, but I don't know if Brian Robertson.
You just don't trust no Brian Robertsons, do you?
I would say Javonte Williams is safer than Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson has more upside for me though.
Right. Yep.
But even if Gibson is out and he gets some passing game work, it's a standard league, and that's why I'm saying Javonte Williams.
Facts. Agreed.
Facts. Keith Tapp with $1 dono. Appreciate you, Keith.
Thanks,
Josiah. Let's go, Headliner Nation. Full PPR, pick one running back. Rashad White, Achane, and Khalil. It's Achane for me.
Yep. Out of
Pick
those ones,
two
yep.
wide receivers. Kupp, Ayuk, Evans, Devontae Smith, and Collins. Then we have to pick one flex out of the rest. Since it's a full PPR, Rashad White would be my flex.
Which means I have to choose
Two
two
from
wide
Kupp,
receivers.
which we're playing Kupp.
Yeah, Kupp's
And
going
we
in
need
there.
to pick one more between Ayuk, Evans, Devontae Smith, and Collins.
Since you already picked Rashad White for the flex, give me Brandon Ayuk then, so we don't have to have too many eggs in one basket there against a tough defense.
Boom, we're banging all along, baby.
banging.
Ben King, full PPR, Hopkins or Rice?
I'm going Hopkins still. I mean, I know they're going to have to throw, but with the weather concerns and Rice's ceiling is already pretty low, just give me the upside of Hopkins.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be super duper honest time. 931 people watching right now, only 176 likes. Jake and I actually talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
We have been like shocked because the likes, going to be honest, have sucked this year on live shows. So if we can get to 800 likes, Jake will let it flow. But we have to get to 800 likes. And if we get to 800 likes, it means more of your questions are going to be answered. So if you're watching right now and you don't want your question answered because you hate people, then don't hit the like button. But if you're okay with people, then hit the like button. Also, if you don't hit the like button, your kicker is definitely missing 2 kicks tomorrow, whether it be extra points or field goals. I can't tell you for sure, but they're going to miss 2 of them for sure.
100%.
So I would hit that
They
like
may only
button.
get 2 chances, too. And then they miss both of them.
Oh,
that
man.
sucks.
Yeah, and you're going to lose your matchup because of it.
That sucks.
So we got that one taken care of. Hopkins or Rice, we got that
Yep.
one taken care of. He's seeking to be 9-2 in 2 leagues. Woo! Office
talking
Depot. Office Depot wants you to like it so he can smoke.
Wow. If we get another I mean, I don't think that's that's a very low goal to reach right there, Office Depot.
BJ Freak lost Goddard and Burrow, got offered Purdy, Deontay Johnson, and Laporta for CD and JSN. Still have Downs, Chase, Puka, 12-team PPR. You know what I do? I would go ahead and try to swap out Chase and CD and send it back over and see if they take it. I'm not trading CD. There's no way I'm trading CD Lamb right now.
I mean, I know
not
you need
happening unless it's a crazy offer.
And I know you need a quarterback, but in a 12-team league, I'm hoping you have at least streaming options available weekly to where you don't have to give up a guy like that. Yeah, that's a big loss right there.
Yep. Tricks. Calvin Diddley.
Yep.
Jaden Reed, Darnell Mooney, or Mechie. Reed is probably your safest bet. Diddley's your highest upside.
If it's my team, I'm gambling on Jaden Reed. I'm looking for a Jaden Reed breakout game in Week 11.
Darth Desmond, I can't believe that I've been with y'all for over a year, my favorite fantasy crew. Thanks to the killer community here on Discord, the gaming channel, and the breaks even. Ben's been a member of Excessive Chubb for 14 months now. Trade 1 in a Dynasty League. Would you rather trade Sutton, Lockett, or Boyd? Since it's a Dynasty League, I'm trying to trade Sutton, Boyd, and then Lockett because I think Sutton and Boyd are the first two to potentially change teams.
I can see that thought process right there.
And we
That
just
makes sense.
don't know for sure if they're going to go to a better situation or not.
I think Cortland Sutton is a top 12 wide receiver in fantasy football if he could get more than 6 targets a game.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't. They just don't. They refuse to do it.
E-Man. All right, guys. Who's my RB2 and my flex between Derrick Henry, Monty, Mike Evans, and could also drop the Saints D or Taysom Hill for Tank Dell or Ayuk in a full PPR?
Wow.
So I've got David Montgomery over Derrick Henry. So that's going to be my RB2 there. So do you want, Jake, to go with Derrick Henry, Mike Evans, Tank Dell, or Brandon Ayuk is the flex?
Does it say if this is a PPR or anything? It doesn't, does it? Oh, it says full
It is
PPR at
full
the end.
PPR. Full PPR.
Man, in a full PPR, I kind of want to go with some Tank Dell because dude could see close to 12 to 15 targets this week
There you go.
in
Boom.
a full peeper.
Sunshine. Becoming a member for the second month, Jordan Love or Kyler Murray? Kyler Murray.
Yep, Kyler Murray's still higher.
Dog's Breakfast becoming a member for the 21st month. Thanks for everything you guys do. Compassion Kids rule. Proud to be a headliner. Need a huge win this week in a full PPR. Flex McBride over Calvin Diddley. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay.
Unless
In
you're
this situation-
chasing points and you need all the upside in the world, I'm going with McBride.
Yeah, if you fell way behind on Thursday and you feel like you just need to, take a risk, then it's Calvin Diddley. Otherwise, I have no issue with McBride here.
E-Man, Saints D or Taysom Hill, you can drop Saints D. I'm not carrying two defenses.
For sure.
Donnie Cash. I traded TJ Hawkinson and Gibbs for CMC. I owned Gibbs and Monty. Did I give too much for CMC? I had McBride stashed. I mean, honestly, I probably would, instead of trading Gibbs and TJ Hawkinson for CMC, I probably just try to trade TJ Hawkinson straight up for just a different running back that maybe doesn't have as much upside. Jacobs, Monty, and CMC is not bad, but I think you got a little too overzealous. I think you saw your roster and you saw the ability to upgrade, and instead of going through everything to see if that was your best bet, you just made the move. I understand why adding CMC is a great move, but I think you may have been able to keep your roster a little bit more intact and still added a good running back for either McBride or Hawkinson straight up.
But now we just need McBride to show out rest of season. If McBride can show out rest of season, you'll be fine.
My stuff scrolled, so I gotta go back up now. I'm going really far, not too far. Actually, yeah, it's really far. Jeez Louise, I didn't realize how far behind we were. All right, we're gonna have to roll a little bit more.
Let's roll.
Holy cow. All right, here we go. We got to roll a little bit quicker now. Short Fat Dude becoming a member for the 7th month. Have Stroud. Should I trade Fields and Kincaid for Kelsey? They lost Joe. If this is a one quarterback league, absolutely. I'm doing that for sure. Buck becoming a member for the 26th month.
What up, Buck?
Dear sirs, Howell or Fields at quarterback? I'm going to say you're probably saying Howell.
Howell still. Yep.
Nailed it. Also, do you understand the importance of a delicious Nutty Buddy?
Ethan definitely does. He eats them for breakfast.
Yes, he does. Along with a little, what's it called?
Skeet, skeet.
Skeet, skeet. Crawl Josie, Lockett, or Brandon Cooks in a full PPR. Right now, I'm leaning Cooks because there is a chance no Lockett this week still, correct?
I mean, he's questionable. I mean, he's not
If
out
Lockett
yet,
plays, I'm going Lockett for sure. But if Lockett doesn't play, then I'll go Cooks.
Right.
Jose Toscano. Hey, fellas, should I start Jalen Hurts or Joshua Dobbs? I'm rolling with Hurts still there.
At this point, still, yes.
Also, should I start Calvin Ridley or Evan Ingram at my flex? Ingram's going to be really good at giving you 6 fantasy points this week. If you need more than 6 fantasy points, then start Calvin Ridley.
And just hope, because there's no guarantee he's going to get it.
Why is Anna throwing a flag? I don't get that.
It's not for us, hopefully.
Dylan Manto, have Cup, Chase, and Diggs. Do I start Brees or Achan? Have ETN as well. I've got Brees and ETN ranked higher than Achan this week.
Brees and ETN over Achan. He's already has Cup, Chase, and Dig. Yeah. I mean, that's a great lineup regardless.
Magenta, one quarterback, Purdy or Herbert? Herbert, right?
Yes, Herbert's slightly higher.
And then 2 wide receivers and 1 flex between Dell, Puka, AJ, and Kirk. If that's AJ Brown, it's absolutely AJ Brown. And then it would be Kirk behind AJ. And then probably Puka for the flex? Or do you go Tank Dell for more upside?
I think I go Dell just for the touchdown upside.
Mike the Man, pick 2 to win out of Garrett Wilson, Puka, and Nico Collins or Lockett. PPR already starting CD. Thanks. Full PPR. So are we going to lean Puka and Nico Collins here?
In a full PPR, I probably lean towards Puka and Garrett Wilson since Wilson's getting like 14 targets a week.
Fabiola. Hey guys, please help. Need 1 quarterback, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and 1 flex. Options are Mahomes or Goff.
I mean, I have Mahomes ranked higher. I know that the weather's a concern, but as of right now, Mahomes is still higher.
And then Tyreek Hill. Yes, he's one of our wide receivers. And then Rashee Rice, Lockett, or Osborne. If Lockett plays, it's Lockett for sure. If not, then it's Rashee Rice for me.
Yep.
And
Agreed.
then ETN, yes. Javonte Williams, yes. And then since it's a full PPR, I will flex Warren over Lockett.
I would agree with that.
Boom, nailed it. Keisha Bible, choose 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and 1 flex. Wide receivers are Tyreek, Ayuk, Tank Dell, Hollywood Brown. So we're starting 2. Tyreek, absolutely.
Yep.
Is it Ayuk over Dell and Brown?
Ayuk. I got Ayuk the highest.
Okay, boom. Ayuk and then Tyreek there. 2 running backs between Saquon, Brees, and Achan. I'm going Brees and Achan there. And then we need to pick a flex out of everybody left. I'm still going to go with Saquon. I know people hate him right now, but there's no other running backs locking in for 20 touches a game right now for the most part.
Yeah, and it is a good matchup for him. I mean, obviously that offense sucks, but yeah, I have a hard time sitting him as well.
And then are we going Herbert, Fields, or Howell at quarterback?
I have it. I have Sam Howell as the highest rated out of all of them.
Boom. Silas Wrightington, Puka or Marquise Brown, need the W in a full PPR. It's Puka for me.
Yep, agreed.
That one guy celebrating a month membership here with us. Hey, gents, need 2 trustworthy. If you're using the word trustworthy, you're playing the wrong thing here because it's fantasy. Wide receiver flexes in a full PPR. If Lockett and Noah Brown don't play,
Noah Brown
is almost guaranteed not to play. He's not officially ruled out, though, right?
I think it's officially doubtful, but not going to play.
Okay, so doubtful. So Noah Brown's not even an option. So we're just going to talk about Lockett. If Lockett doesn't play, Shakir, Phillips, Samuel, Osborne, or Reed in a full PPR. Samuel's name is 100% popping up with me because I think Brian Robinson would actually not just necessarily see the Antonio Gibson targets. I think they would go towards Curtis Samuel instead.
I would agree with that. I think that Samuel's probably the safest option if you're looking for that trustworthy option. If it's me, personally, I'm still gambling on Jaden Reed, but I know that's more of a gamble.
We need 2, so we can go Reed and Samuel, though.
Okay, well, perfect. That's where I would go then.
Now, if Lockett plays, which one are you sitting, though? Samuel?
I mean, I'm probably sitting Samuel.
Boom. Intimidator. 12-team full PPR league. Brees Hall, Barkley, Brian Robinson, Kenneth Walker, and Achan. I need to play 3. I love that. It's Brees Hall, it's Achan, and
Barkley, B-Rob, or Kenneth Walker.
I've got Barkley higher than the other 2.
There you go.
E-Man, flex spot in a full PPR. Ford, McBride, or Rice. Ford is going to be your safest bet. I do like his upside, though. This week, I probably still play him over McBride.
I do, too. With DC
Jared
at quarterback.
Miyamoto, start 1 quarterback, Fields or Geno Smith? It's Fields. Yep.
Yep.
2 wide receivers, DJ Moore, Christian Kirk, Terry McLaurin. Christian Kirk is 1. Who's your other one?
If you want to play safety, it's McLaurin. You want to gamble more, it's DJ Moore.
1 flex between Derrick Henry, James Conner, and Trey McBride. Already starting Allen and Kelsey. If you want to play it safe, I'm going Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I just those are some pretty good options right there. So I just throw in Derrick Henry and hope for some touchdowns.
A Jeezy, 3 in a PPR between Gibbs, Monty, Swift, Rashad, and DJ Addison. If you want the highest upside, we're going Gibbs, we're going Swift, and we're going Rashad. If you want to play it safer, then go Gibbs, go Monty, and go Rashad.
Yeah, there you go. In a PPR for sure.
Kalen Dunn. Hey guys, half PPR flex, Hopkins, Lockett if he plays, Pacheco, or the Doobs. Just one. Pacheco, probably the safest floor.
Safest floor, but I'm probably still going with Hopkins in a matchup going up against Jacksonville since they got obliterated in the secondary last week.
Tone Bone, we haven't missed any super chats. We are behind, and we are trying to get caught up as quickly as possible. Stick around. If you send a super chat, we will get to it. Don't you worry. Soul Assassin and a full PPR. Fields, Barkley, Etienne, Chase, Moore, and Hawkinson with Thielen in the flex. On the bench is Tua, Devontae Smith, Chandler, Jaden Reed, Schultz. Any changes I should make? Right now, I'm rolling with what you have, unless are we playing Tua over Fields?
I have Tua over Fields this week.
That was the only thing that caught me
Yep.
there. J-Noise. What up, Jesse? With a 10 bomb, T-Law bounce back week, or Kyler Murray. Need upside. Thanks, boys. Appreciate you. Jesse, appreciate you. I'm going with Kyler here.
So am I. Yep.
Boom. Why not us with the 20 bomb? Need help in a half PPR, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex. Start Mahomes or Dobbs. We're starting Mahomes.
Yep.
Then for 3 wide receivers, we need to pick between Sutton, Collins,
Dobbs and Osborne.
but that is 3. No.
There's 4
Sutton,
there. So we just
Collins,
sit one.
or Osborne.
So we need 3 of those. So I'm just not going to choose Osborne. I'm going to go with Dobbs, Sutton, and Collins. 3 wide receivers, and then the 2 running backs out of a Chan.
But Dobbs he's asking Mahomes or Dobbs. Josh Dobbs.
Oh, okay. Now I hear you. So that's Mahomes, and then he only listed 3 wide receivers.
Okay, so he says 3 wide receivers, Sutton, Collins, or Osborne. Then he says need 2, Minnesota or KC defense. Let's answer that. Are we going Minnesota or KC defense?
Give me the Minnesota defense.
Okay. Running backs are Chan, Brees Hall, and ETN. McManus is kicker. What do you think? Appreciate you guys. All right, why not us? You're going to have to let us know in the chat what you meant there. I definitely don't want to miss it because we appreciate the 20 bomb there. But you say 3 wide receivers. I mean, Brees Hall, Chan, and ETN are all playing for me. So that would be your 2 running backs and your flex.
Yep.
But if you need 3 wide receivers, I don't know if there's somebody else that we're supposed to be picking or if that was supposed to be 2.
And
So
if it
let
is
us
supposed
know.
to be 2, it would be Sutton, Collins, and then Osborne for me. If it is supposed to be 2 in that order. So it would be Sutton and Collins.
Boom. Wolson, Gustama, in a PPR 10-team league, what is a reasonable wide receiver running back trade target for Ramondre and Deontay package? Also, I'm hearing Madison will be cleared. True. I've not heard anything about Madison being cleared as of yet. I know that he was progressing well, but nothing that has said, yep, he's going to play. As far as what's a reasonable trade target, Wolson, we can't answer that. I can't just tell you
impossible to
who's
know.
someone to go. I have done a members-only trade video for running backs. I did a trade targets video last week, or was it 2 weeks ago, looking at schedules down the stretch, and I gave you my best piece of advice is to go watch those videos, look for guys that we like down the stretch, go look at those teams that for the owners that have them on their team, and then see if something could potentially work out there for you. It's impossible for us to tell you to go target somebody when we don't know scoring, we don't know rosters, we don't know the rest of what you have, we don't know what anybody else has. Darn near impossible for us to do that.
Right.
Gabagoey.
No. Try again.
It's not Gabogexy
Why?
because the X is silent.
There's no U in front of it, so no, it's not.
They're from Louisiana. Half PPR, pick one. Henderson, Herbert, Dillon, Foreman, and Spears. Am I just picking one here? It's
Yes.
Henderson for me.
If I had to pick just one, yes.
Yep.
Don't love any of them, really.
Yeah. If I had to pick one of them, I'll pick it. But if I don't, then I'll just leave the spot blank. Christopher Brannon. Hey, guys, in a full PPR, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 1 quarterback, T-Law or Howell. It's definitely going to be Howell, correct?
Howell, yep.
All right, 2 running backs between Javonte, Demont, and Achan. It's going to be Achan and Demont for me.
Yep.
And then your 2 wide receivers are Dell, Kirk, and Dobson. Need upside.
It's going to be Dell and Kirk for sure.
Boom. Brendan Bond becoming a member for the 26 months. Happy upcoming holidays, headliners. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you. I don't even feel like I'm going to be able to enjoy next week, but we'll do what we can.
Yeah, next week is going to suck.
Cold Brew Samurai becoming a member for the 15th month. What up, guys? All full PPR. Pollard, Henderson, Walker, or Hunt. Need 3. Pollard, Henderson, Walker, or Hunt. I'm starting Pollard, Walker, and Hunt. If you need a little bit more upside, I would potentially go Henderson over Hunt, though, but only if you need more upside.
Yeah.
And then Hopkins, Ridley, Aaron Jones, or Mostert need 3. That's going to be Jones, Mostert, and Hopkins.
Hopkins, yep.
Boom. And then James Cook or Singletary, thank you.
I'm going Singletary.
I've got Singletary higher this week. I had to make sure because I
Dude's just going to get
didn't
like 20-some touches again, and that's hard to not start. Tone Bone out there says he would love to see us host Red Zone. No disrespect to Scott Hansen. I actually told Scott Hansen that last year and said, listen, if you need a day off, we're willing to fill in. All he did was kind of like half laugh. So I'm waiting for a phone call, Tone.
Cold Brew Samurai just got you. Daniel Mansfield, need help to stay in the hunt for the playoffs. Choose one for the flex from Thielen, Rice, Myers, Pacheco, Najee, or could add Ty Chandler.
How many? Choose one of them. Dear Lord. Oh, and it doesn't say if it's PPR or not. If it's full PPR, I'm going to go with Adam Thielen because I think he just gets peppered with targets this week. If it's anything other than full PPR, man, if it's any type of PPR, I'm going Thielen. Anything else, I'm gonna say this, and I don't feel good about it, but I'm gonna go Pacheco as the option if it's a standard league.
Jose Hernandez, what up, bros? Lost Joe. Should I trade Fields for Ramondre? I have ETN, Brian Robinson, Devin Singletary, Jerome Ford, or just stream QBs. I picked up Russ. ETN, Brian Robinson, Devin Singletary, Jerome Ford. I would love to have better running back depth than that.
Yes.
See if you can get another piece. Am I saying no to Fields for Ramondre? No, but I am saying I think you can get a little something extra with that.
Just a little something on the side?
Just a little something.
Just
and then I'll run Russ the rest of the way in a 1-quarterback league.
Oof. Maybe there's other options out there. Maybe you can stream options too. Rest of season. Russ,
Yep.
I just don't love his ceiling. He gives you a crazy safe floor each week, but his ceiling is not that high.
Devious in Dynasty, take Lamar for Burrow. Running QBs scare me. But Lamar hasn't been running this year, and that's
Not really.
That's why a lot of people are complaining about him because he hasn't had the upside. But the dude's having an MVP-like season still as a passer. It's so weird that people still say that about Lamar when he has clearly shown you that's not the only part of his game that is successful.
Yeah, I mean he's running a lot less this year,
Yeah.
and I have a feeling that's just because two of the last 2 seasons he's not been healthy all year long. So now that he actually has people to throw the ball to, even though they're not big name guys for the most part anymore, he's showing you that he can definitely use his arm. I still like Lamar quite a bit, especially with Burrow now with an injury, rest of season. I mean, I'll just hold on to Lamar.
Wilson Hensley, pick 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're sitting 1. We're sitting 1. Between, I'm assuming it's A.J. Brown, DK, Waddle, Addison, T.J. Hawkinson, and Kincaid. Part of me wants to say DK here, unless Tyler Lockett's out, then it gets more complicated for me.
Yeah, I probably still lean towards DK slightly. Unless for some reason that's Hollywood Brown. If that's Hollywood Brown, then he'd be
That's
the guy
true.
that I sit.
That's true.
It all just depends. If that's AJ Brown, obviously you're not sitting AJ Brown. Then I would go to DK. And Wilson Hensley sounds like he's like a part of a royal family somewhere.
Wilson.
He does.
This is true.
Sounds like royal AF right there.
Kajon Soul. Yo, traded for Goff. Pick one for the flex in a standard league, Charbonnet or Dowdle. I'll go Dowdle over Charbonnet. I do feel like Dowdle could get some more fourth quarter touches again this week.
Only thing though to pay attention, he was downgraded today to questionable.
Dowdle was?
Mm-hmm.
I did not see that.
Yeah, just
Okay.
today he was. Now he's not saying he's out, but he was downgraded today
Keep an
to
eye
questionable,
on that.
which late in the week kind of a little bit worrisome.
Keep an eye on that for
Yep.
sure. Or should I pick up a waiver wire wide receiver? It depends on who's out there. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to tell you without knowing that. Also have Brees, Achan, Cup, Metcalf, Kincaid in my lineup, Los Andrews, and Olave on a bye. I mean, yeah, I'm still kind of leading towards Dowell, but if it sounds like he's even questionable, then just go with Charbonnet, even though he hasn't been doing a whole lot with the touches that he's been given. Brian Deshane becoming a member for the 8th month. Go Blue. That was a close one. Yes, it was. Let's go beat those Ohio State Buckeyes. Stroud or Tua?
I have now that we have no Nico or no Noah Brown, I have Tua just above Stroud.
And then DJ Moore or Thielen?
I have Adam Thielen one spot higher than DJ Moore. Super
And then we
close.
have to pick two from Connor, Henry, Achan, and Pacheco. I have Henry and Achan the highest.
Yep, I would agree.
Art form. Jake and Kyle, love your content. Appreciate it. I would say I love your content, but I don't know if you have content.
You love his art form?
I love your art form. F them haters in a full PPR quarterbacks. T-Law or Love?
I think it's Jordan Love, but let me check. It is Jordan Love.
And then the running backs, Warren and Cook. We need to pick one between Warren and Cook. Does he say full
Says
PPR?
full
I'm going to
PPR.
go with Warren there.
Yep.
Wide receivers, picking one wide receiver as well.
Ayuk.
Cooper, Ayuk, or Dotson. Probably
Give me
Ayuk.
Yep.
And then we need a flex. You guys rock fantasy football headliners forever. I'm going to go, if you need more upside, you can try to roll with Dotson here, but I probably play it safe and just go with James Cook.
James Cook. That's probably where I would go as well.
Crawl Josie, quarterback between Fields, Love, and Dobbs. Probably going to go with Fields there too, correct?
Fields, Love, and Dobbs.
Dobbs.
Yes, Fields is highest.
Jacob Rivera, Mr. Hubman. Jake's turn this week. Need
Uh-oh.
one running back, two wide receivers, and a flex. Mostert, Adams, Puka, Garrett Wilson, White, Addison, and McLaurin. So we need one running back from Mostert, Rashad White, I'm assuming. So Mostert and Rashad White, one running
I'm
back.
going to go with Mostert there.
Two wide receivers from Adams, Puka, Garrett Wilson, Addison, and McLaurin.
I'm probably still going to go with Devontae Adams and Puka.
And then one flex from everybody left over.
If you want to play it the safest, it's Garrett Wilson in the flex. If you want to gamble for some slightly higher upside, that's when you go Terry McLaurin.
You wouldn't go Rashad White?
I
And
wouldn't.
half PPR.
Only because Garrett Wilson, he sees 14 targets a week. Like that's hard to pass up as a safe floor. You can take Rashad White if you want to.
He didn't
I
ask
still
me.
think I still think he sucks.
Well, I didn't say that.
Well, Rashad White truthers are just a whole nother level. You know what I mean?
And then Jacob also said no body kisses this week, Kyle. That's fine. It's okay. My body's still sore from last week. Gabble Gexy. Half PPR. Pick one. Ayuk and Dell.
I think if you want to play it safer, you go Dell. If you want to gamble more, it's Ayuk.
Pick two. Ayuk, Dell, and Kirk.
Oh, damn it. Now you're just tugging at the heartstrings here. I mean, I like all three of those guys this week for sure. I think if it's my team, I probably just gamble a little bit. I'm going Ayuk and Dell.
Some of the people who are way behind the stream shows because D. Martin wrote DTR, DTF, LMA.
Oh, that was like an hour.
That was like the very beginning of the stream.
Yeah.
So D. Martin right now, you are way behind. Hopefully at some point tonight you end up getting caught up.
Yeah.
Scale Speaks, half PPR. Allen, Diggs, Nico, Ridley, Pittman, London. Aaron Jones, Rashad White, Warren and Hubbard. Kincaid and McBride, Buffalo defense. Good for a playoff run or need to make any trades tonight and upgrade. I would be looking for another running back. I would be on the hunt for a running back. The problem is I don't really think you have the trade pieces to make that happen, though.
No, because you're not going to get anything for Nico. You're not going to get anything for Ridley. Pittman is somebody I would want to hang on to as your number 2 to go with Diggs. London doesn't have a lot of value right now. If anything, you can do one of the tight ends, Kincaid or McBride. But what type of running back could you get in return? I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to shopping one of them to see, hey, who's available, who needs a tight end, and maybe you can get yourself another running back for one of those guys.
Yep. Donnie Cash for the flex. Deontay Johnson, Ridley, or Hunt. Thanks, guys. I'm assuming we're picking between the 3, I guess.
I'm guessing, yeah. And I think I just go with Deontay Johnson and hope for more this week than last week.
Ben King traded Flowers and Kirk for Devontae Smith and a full PPR. Did I win that trade? There's no way that I would have traded Christian Kirk for Devontae Smith, and there's no way I would have added to it to do that either, unfortunately.
Probably not.
So, in my opinion, could you win that trade? Absolutely. In my opinion, you did not, though. Prepping for the playoffs based on Smith's schedule. Thanks for all your help. Definitely could work out. But I think he gave up a little bit too much. Bengo Shanks becoming a member for the 14th month. Much love to the nation. Haven't been smashing OT this year, but haven't been snowballing either. Thanks for the advice. You gaming later, Big Tasty. No gaming stream tonight. We're ripping cards. We got some boxes we got to rip open tonight, so we'll be over on the Breaks channel after this. Tone Bone with the $10 donation. 8 and 2. Thanks to y'all. No, you did it. All thanks to you. But Joe Burrito is gone. Joe Burrito is gone, and I don't know how to feel. I've been offered Kyler for Nico Collins. Y'all think that's a good trade, or should I pick up Stafford, who is on waivers? If Stafford's on waivers, I'd probably go ahead and roll with Stafford. But if you have like insane wide receiver depth,
yeah, you got 4 other guys,
then I'm okay trading Nico Collins for Kyler. So it really depends on what your wide receivers look like.
Yeah, if you still have a good solid 3, maybe even 4, I'd grab Kyler.
Nova Wolf played Chase, and I need upside now. Pollard, Montgomery, B. Rob Jr. for the second running back. Tight end double flex with McBride or other running back, running Laporta and ETN already. So we need to pick somebody to go with ETN. My second highest rated running back is going to be Montgomery.
Yep.
And then since you're chasing upside, I probably put Pollard in over McBride and just hope that the dude goes off finally.
Just hope that Rico Dowdell is not really a part of the game plan because he's not 100%.
Yep. Aaron Achi. Start one between Connor, Javonte, and Herbert. I've got Javonte Williams the highest there.
Yep, that's where I would go anyways, Javonte, for just
yes,
for volume
I do.
alone.
Javonte Williams. Joseph Hammond becoming a member for the 13th month. What up, Nation? In a full point PPR, flex Jaden Reed, Ty Chandler, or Rashee Rice. Probably Jaden Reed there.
That's where I'm going to Jaden Reed. Yep.
Had Burrow and Boyd go on Thursday, so chasing points. Yeah, we got to go Jaden Reed then.
Yep.
Scale Speaks gifted 5 memberships to the Headliner Nation community. Scales, appreciate you and that generosity there. Everyone throw a little hashtag Scales into the chat for us. Stallions Productions.
What?
Is that a new name?
I don't think so.
Have we seen that before? Because Connor Stallions from Michigan Productions, Stallions Productions. I feel like that's a joke account, but maybe not. Maybe not. Tank Dell or Nico Collins or Christian Kirk. I've got Christian Kirk higher than those other two. Unless you need a lot of upside, then maybe go Tank Dell there.
Yep, I agree.
Muhammad Ali. Need help with my lineup in a half PPR. 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex. Have CeeDee Lamb, Jacoby Myers, Breece Hall, Christian Kirk, Kareem Hunt, Brian Robinson, Devin Dingleberry, and Mostert. So for the 2 running backs, I've got to go Breece Hall and Mostert. For the 2 wide receivers, we're absolutely locking in CD Lamb, and I'm assuming Christian Kirk is the other one.
Christian Kirk is the other one. Yep.
So then out of the flex there, Brian Robinson or Devin Singletary. If you want to play it safe, go Singletary. If you want more upside, go Brian Robinson.
Yep, I'd agree with that.
Serving Soul, would you drop Dante Foreman or Daryl Henderson for Dowdle? The only way I'm picking up Dowdle is if I am a Tony Pollard owner. So if you own Tony Pollard, then I drop Daryl Henderson. Unless you own Kyron Williams, then you also need to own Daryl Henderson, and then you can drop Dante Foreman. But I would rather drop Henderson for Dowdle, but only if you own Tony Pollard.
Yep.
Ron, Curtis Samuel, or Calvin Diddley? Who do you got?
I mean, Samuel's going to be the safer option week in and week out. Personally, if it's my team at that point, I'm just going to gamble and go with Calvin Diddley and hope for the best.
Christopher Urndl, need 2. Gabe Davis, Godwin, or Noah Brown if he plays. Noah Brown is doubtful, so that's going to be Gabe Davis and Godwin.
Yep.
Jay-Z with the 10 bomb. Hey, Jake and Kyle, need 2.5 PPR. Addison, Chandler, Njigba, or Kareem Hunt. Probably Addison and Kareem Hunt there.
And that's probably where I would go.
If Tyler Lockett is out, do we go Addison and Njigba?
If Lockett is ruled out, I could see that being a good play.
And then Jay-Z says, go Blue. 1,000 wins. Go Blue,
Thanks,
Jay-Z.
Hove.
Dylan, Manto, Brees, or Achane? I've got Brees Hall higher.
Which sucks because I want to start them both.
Yeah. Keith Archer, I'm thinking of sitting Barkley to play Mostert and Achane. Am I crazy? No, because I have them both ranked higher than Barkley anyway this week, so you're not crazy.
Daniel wants to know, why are we calling him Calvin Diddley? Did we miss something? No, we're just referring to his fantasy production for the year. That's all
It's
we're
because you put him in your lineup and you get super excited, and then he just spends the weekend diddling you, and it's just uncomfortable. Where did we leave off? Jonathan Barrios in a full PPR.
Barrios.
Oh, need 2. Barrios. Need 2. Ford, Javonte Williams, Mostert, or B-Rob. I've got Javonte Williams and Mostert the highest there. I had to double take real quick on Ford.
Yeah, I mean, I like Ford this week too. And I like all 4 of those guys this week. So honestly, it's kind of a win-win-win-win.
I'm Johnny Days in a 12-team full PPR, 6-4. Got to replace Andrews. An upgrade at wide receiver. Mahomes, Bijan Swift, Kamara, Olave, Godwin, London, Sutton, Myers, Musgrave and Hill. Target Schultz or stay with Musgrave. Well, you've got Musgrave and Taysom Hill, it looks like.
Yeah.
As far as an upgrade at wide receiver, I really don't hate your wide receivers.
I don't hate them. I don't mean...
If there was... And listen, somebody's going to be asking for your running backs, and I'm not trading any of those running backs.
Do not do it.
So,
Don't do it.
At this point, I'm probably running with what you have.
Yeah, I mean... It's not a must, I'll say that. Now, could you use somebody? Yes, but it's not like oh my gosh, if you don't, you have no chance.
Toluga, McCallum, Achane, Mostert, Aaron Jones, David Montgomery, and Ford. We have to pick 3. I'm going David Montgomery, Achane, and Mostert then. Now, if you want to play it safe and you don't want to start 2 Dolphins, then sit Achane and go with Aaron Jones instead.
Yeah.
Puka or DK for the wide receiver 2? Puka, Jake?
Puka.
Starting Amon-Ra for wide receiver 1 until JJ is back. I think you're super solid there.
For sure.
TC 7786, PPR, 1 quarterback, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 flex. Goff or Purdy? Goff is higher, correct?
I got Goff higher.
And then Debo, Ridley, I'm assuming Gabe Davis.
I got Debo highest out of all of them.
And then Kittle or McBride. I've got McBride 1 spot higher than Kittle this week.
And then we need another wide receiver and a flex. So the second wide receiver out of Ridley or Davis, I'd probably gamble and go Ridley and just hope for the better matchup that he can get some targets. And then at flex, that leaves us Gabe Davis or the other tight end.
I'm going with Kittle.
I think they're both kind of boom or bust type plays. Yeah. Give me the guy that's been a little bit more consistent here as of late and give me Kittle.
Jason Del Monte, no super chats have been missed. We're just behind. We're trying to get caught up as quickly as possible. Don't you worry, we'll get it. Houdini Weenie In a full PPR, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 flex. So for the 2 running backs, we have to pick between Swift, Monty, Etienne, and Aaron Jones. I have Etienne and Swift the highest out of that group. We need 3 wide receivers between Tyreek, yes.
Yep.
A.J. Brown, yes. And then Hollywood or Lockett.
Right
Probably
now we're going Hollywood.
as of right now.
Yep.
Boom. And then 1 tight end from Laporta and McBride. I still have Laporta the highest.
Yep. And then we got to flex another running back.
I will flex Monty.
Yep. I don't hate that.
Look at us. Joshua Garza in a full PPR. Who should I start for the wide receiver 2? DK or Nico? Are we going DK here?
I'm going to lean towards DK.
Okay. I just got Ayuk, Jacobs, Barkley, Montgomery, and Flex as my skilled starters. Let's roll
Solid.
with that. Why not us with the 20 bomb? Deontay Johnson, Sutton, or
Osborne. KJ Osborne.
KJ Osborne. I was like, what's his first name? Nico Collins, need 2. It doesn't say if it's a full or a half or a standard.
Right,
I'm
but
going to just assume half PPR.
Right now, I'm going with the guys that give us not only the safety week in and week out, but they have the highest touchdown upside. So give me Cortland Sutton and give me Nico Collins for both of those options right there. Deontay Johnson, it's not that I don't like him. I can't stand Kenny Pickett. He's not good.
If
He's
it's a
just
full
not that
PPR, does it change your mind at all?
Not. I mean, a full PPR didn't seem to matter last week when he got like 1 damn catch. So that's what worries me. And it's a tough matchup. So just give me Sutton and Collins.
Ricky becoming a member for the 16th month. Questions for y'all. Both are all PPR, upside only. Question 1, are we starting Nico Collins, Tank Dell, or Jerome Ford? If I want upside, I'm probably going to go with Tank Dell.
I am too.
Question number 2, rest of season rankings from Guyton, Shakir, and McKenzie. It's got to be Shakir. Guyton's hurt right now, but he has the best opportunity
And
outside of McKenzie because Josh Downs will probably be back when they come back from the bye. So I'd say Shakir, Guyton, and McKenzie.
Yep, I agree.
And then question 3 for the flex, Michael Wilson or Christian Watson. If you're looking for upside, this would be a great Christian Watson time for it. But I think he's slowly losing confidence, not only in himself, but his team is losing confidence in him as well. I'll go Michael Wilson. Dude is averaging almost 15 yards a target right now.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't care if Christian Watson goes off on my bench at this point because he's done so little for so long that I'm not even considering him right this second.
And then question 4, flex, Kenneth Walker or DJ Moore. If you're looking for upside, we probably have to lean DJ Moore a little bit right here.
I think so with the return of Justin Fields.
Even though I don't love it. Adam Walker, evening Jake and Kyle. Pick 2 out of these 5 in a PPR. Henry, Achane, McLaurin, Ty Chandler, or Chris Godwin. Definitely Achane, and I'm probably leaning towards Henry.
Given those options, I probably do as well. They're all kind of going to be hit or miss, boom or bust type options anyway. So yeah, I lean towards Henry.
Anna messaged us. Remember earlier when she said flag and we had no idea what she was talking about?
Yeah.
She said flag because we said Ethan likes Nutty Buddies and Skeet in the mornings.
Hey.
It's true. He eats Nutty Buddies and drinks a drink called Skeet in the morning.
No. Okay, well, first off.
Wait, what's it called? Skeet?
It's called
Just
Ski. Ski. I think it's like SKI. But
we're
like, what is that?
Skeet.
Whatever. I don't. Whatever. We called it Skeet. So that's why.
Yeah. But anyway.
Just saying.
I scrolled. So I gotta go back up.
But the Nutter Butters or Nutty Buddies or whatever the heck, that's definitely a staple. Or was it? Dude ate those every morning when we were in Kansas City for the draft. Are you still scrolling?
Adam Walker. Good evening, Jake and Kyle. Pick 2 out of these. We did
Henry and Achane, yes.
Dat Boy Los. 12 team. PPR. Rate the lineup. Hurts. Monty Connor Diggs. Right now, I would say B+.
So
Allen and Adams. Still B+. Washington and Bass. Opponent has Dak Lamb stack. I got JT and Kamara on buys. You're still in an okay spot.
I understand the play of Washington against the Giants, but that Washington defense is so horrible. Like, I just don't... They don't get a lot of those bonus points you're looking for, the turnovers, the touchdowns. They got rid of all their sacks with Chase Young and Montez Sweat. I just don't love playing the Washington defense.
We know what skeet means. That's why it's
Of course
funny
we do.
to make fun of Ethan.
Exactly. That's what makes it even funnier.
Augustine.
Augustine.
No, it's Augustine.
It's Augustine.
It's your Lade? It's your all day?
Augustine, it's your all day.
It's your all day. I was trying so hard.
Close.
Josh Allen or CJ Stroud?
Isn't that sad that that's even something I have to look at nowadays? Technically, I have Josh Allen higher still.
And then Nico Collins or D-Hop?
I think if you want to play it safer, it's DeAndre Hopkins. If you're willing to gamble, then it becomes
Nico
whatever
Collins.
you just said. Nico Collins, yes.
Joe Lopez, thank you. Jake and Kyle currently tied for first at 8-2, currently riding an 8-game win streak. Ooh, love that. I'm already starting Gibbs and Achane, flex Puka or Montgomery. Already starting St. Brown and Ayuk. Thank you, guys. Honestly, you have so much upside with Gibbs and Achane and St. Brown and Ayuk. He doesn't say if it's a full PPR or not. If it's a full PPR, I go with Puka. If it's anything else, I'll go with Montgomery.
Yep, I would go along with that.
The Red Baron becoming a member for 24 months, celebrating 2 years here with us. Appreciate you, Red Baron. Thanks for all the amazing content. It's been great watching this community grow. PPR, I trade Tyreek Hill, receive St. Brown, Bijan, Rashad White. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm not even thinking twice about that. Already hit accept. I don't care that it's Tyreek Hill. St. Brown is very, very close to him, and you get to add 2 running backs. I don't even need to see what the rest of your team looks like. The Red Baron, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. I'm going to need you to put down the drink because you've obviously been drinking a little too much, and you can't find the accept button right now because there's like 8 of them. Go punch that real super quick, quick.
Just smack it. Just on the whatever you got to use.
Texans, 2002 in a full PPR, sit 1. Devontae Smith, Nico Collins, Jerome Ford, or Devin Dingleberry. I'm probably sitting Nico Collins here.
Yeah, I probably am too.
Ricky, question for y'all both. Upside needed. Question 1, flex 1. Between Michael Wilson or Romeo Doubs. I'm going to go Dobbs. Oh, Quentin Johnson and Jaden Reed. I didn't keep
if I keep going, then Jaden Reed is probably where I would go.
Jaden Reed is the highest upside. Question 2, sit 1. Tank Dell, Christian Kirk, or a Chan.
Well, he wants all upside, so
you
we got just
Kirk
upside.
Then, unfortunately.
You got to sit Kirk, yep.
Sit 1 between Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, DJ Moore, and a Chan. You got to sit Derrick Henry then.
That sucks.
Yep. Tommy Theologius becoming a member for the 26th month. What up, fellas? You guys have been a huge help all year. Thank you for all the great advice. Tommy, appreciate you. Pena Trades. Hey, y'all, need upside and a full PPR flex spot. DeAndre Swift, Nico, or a Chan. Going a Chan there.
A Chan, yep.
Ricky, starting Waddle or a Chan. I'm starting a Chan over Waddle.
Yep, I would agree with you.
DC Fatal. Hey guys, love the show in a full PPR. Wide receivers, Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith, Tank Dell, Garrett Wilson. Running backs, Raheem, Monty, Breece Hall, who to start, who to bench, and who to flex. But you don't tell us how many people you need.
I don't know how many people you need. So let's just do this. For wide receivers, I'm going to put them in this order. We got Adams, Smith, Dell, Wilson. All right, I'm going to go Adams, Dell, Wilson, Smith. For running backs, which 2 are you going to go with, Kyle?
I've got Breece Hall and Raheem the highest.
The 2 highest. And then honestly, at that point, I'm just going to flex David Montgomery for the safety and the upside. So we won't have to go any further.
Matt Walters in a half PPR. Who should I flex? Pick one between Dobbs, Pickens, and Herbert. Probably going Dobbs here.
Yep.
Also have Singletary or Herbert for RB2. It's Singletary for sure.
Yep,
Guillermo, make my lineup.
Bustamante. Sorry.
Bustamante. Make my lineup. It is a PPR league. Tua or Fields. You have Tua higher.
Yep.
DJ Moore, Rashee Rice, Jordan Addison, or Adam Thielen. Probably
Moore and Thielen are the 2 highest I have.
Another question where they didn't tell us how many they needed.
Right.
And then for the running backs, Gibbs, Ford, Mostert, White, and Pacheco. We're starting Gibbs and we're starting Mostert, and then we're flexing Rashad White in a full PPR.
It says standard PPR, so I'm guessing that's full PPR.
I'm going to assume that's full PPR.
Okay. We will assume that.
Ronnie Santana, pick one in a standard 12 team. Parham or Thomas?
Thomas.
Thomas who?
Logan Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Him.
I'm faded.
That Thomas guy.
I'm still going Logan Thomas there.
Yep.
3 wide receivers, Addison Rice, Johnston, Deontay Johnson, or Moore.
3 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to sit 2 of them. At this point, we haven't seen a whole lot of of Quentin Johnston. So I'm going to sit Quentin Johnston. I'm going to sit Rondell Moore, and we're going to rock with Addison Rice and Deontay Johnson.
Dat Boy Los, Diggs, Allen, Adams. Do I start Dell or Collins over any of those guys?
Diggs, Allen, Adams, Dell. No. I mean, I think if you wanted to gamble more, you could go with Dell over Adams, but I mean that's a huge risk.
Ricky, Guillotine, sit 1 from Tank Dell, Nico Collins, McBride, and Deontay Johnson, probably sitting Nico Collins.
Yep.
Corey Atkins in a PPR, pick 3 from Dobbs, Hunt, Hubbard, probably
maybe?
Chuba Hubbard.
Yep.
Judy, who is B Trees?
Bobby Trees.
Bobby
Woods.
Trees. Devin Singletary. So we
Pick
have to
3 of
pick
these.
3. You definitely have to play Devin Singletary this week.
Agreed. I'm going to go with Dobbs as another one.
Dobbs and Hunt were going to be my other 2 there.
Yep, I don't hate that in a PPR.
Bango Shanks. Funny how CMC and Kamara stats are so close.
They are, but I think he's talking about for their career. Over their career, they've been super close.
Oh, career.
But everybody
Gotcha.
hypes up CMC and not Kamara. But yeah, they are crazy
Gotcha.
close.
We've been pretty good on the Kamara because we had him ranked at 13, even with missing 3 games.
And he's going to get super close.
He's literally just outside that right now.
Yep.
Mirna. Hey, guys, forehead kisses. Full PPR. I need 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers. ETN, Montgomery, Mostert,
Wow.
Connor, Kupp, Evans, and Devontae Adams. Thank you, handsomes. Peace and love.
Wow.
Peace. Running backs are ETN and Mostert for sure. Wide receivers, I'm going to assume, is Kupp and Adams.
It's going to...
Or is it Evans over Adams?
I think I have Evans over Adams. Let me check. Evans. I do have Evans 1 spot higher than Adams.
And then I don't know if you need a flex Mirna, but it would be Montgomery.
It would have to be. It'd have to be Monty, the full Monty.
Aaron Achi, start 1 tight end between Ingram and Conklin. I still have Ingram higher than Conklin right now.
Yep.
Jay Sizzell, becoming a member for the 8th month. And a standard, need 2 wide receivers into flex. Waddle, Kirk, Cooper, and Rice. Javonte Williams or McBride. Have Kelsey at tight end already. In a standard league, we're going Javonte Williams at the flex for sure.
Okay.
For the 2 wide receivers, probably Waddle and Kirk.
Waddle and Kirk. Yep.
Boom. Nailed it. Ambiguity. Becoming a member for the 2nd straight month. My running backs are solid with a Chan and Eckler. Opinions on JJ for Bijan. It's really going to depend on who your wide receivers are. If you only have a Chan and Eckler, I do think you need Bijan. Because if a Chan were to go down with another injury or anything, you're going to have to make sure that you've got a secondary running back. I don't know who you've been running, though.
That and like you've been playing here without, Justin Jefferson for a few weeks. So I'm guessing you have enough solid options to where it's kind of a luxury almost now. And I would think that, the upside of Bijan here, what we really don't know from Justin Jefferson going forward. I mean, I don't hate that if you have the depth.
Number 2, Hollywood, DJ Moore, Achan, and Brian Robinson. Pick 2. Definitely going to be doing Achan, but do we do Brian Robinson or DJ Moore?
I think if you want to play it safer, it's B-Rob. If you want to gamble, then it's DJ Moore.
Thanks for everything. Ambiguity, thanks for being a member for the 2nd month. Anchor. Oh.
Don't even try it, Kyle.
No, hold on. Ba Acharhi.
I mean, I don't even know. So I'm...
Listen. I need to be given an A+ for even attempting and coming what I feel like is decently close.
Maybe you're decently, but we have no idea.
Ankur. Did I even come close? On a scale of 1 to 10, how close was I? 10 being I nailed it on the head, 1 being I completely butchered it and I should go slam my head in the door.
Right.
Trading away Noah Brown and Ty Chandler for Isaiah Pacheco, should I accept? Absolutely, you should.
Yep.
Don't even think twice about it. Hit accept.
I do that
right now.
Yep.
Rest of the season outlook for Pacheco, please. Ooh, he said pretty close. He said pretty close.
Okay, well, I guess that's
I like
decent for
Pacheco
you.
the rest of the season still. I like him the rest of the season. Haven't seen the ceiling that we would like by any means, but if you're looking for a guy that's going to get you 10 to 12 fantasy points, he's going to be in that area each week.
And when the colder months come, we see him run more in Kansas City, more Pacheco.
E-Man, Evans, Dell, Ayuk, in a full PPR. Please rank all 3.
I have Ayuk, Evans, and Dell in that order. And
Boom.
all of them are inside the top 20.
Carlos Prunte, becoming a member for the 5th month, longtime listener. Appreciate all the hard work and info. 8-2 and 5-5 in my main leagues. Need an RB2. Henderson over Hunt and Cook in a full PPR. I have Henderson over. No, hold on. Just shut up, Kyle. Wait a second. I have Hunt and Cook over Henderson. I have Cook, Hunt, and Henderson in that order.
Yep.
Big E, in a standard league, who should I sit? Kyler Murray or Sam Howell? Not that it matters, it's a standard league, but who do you have ranked higher this week?
I have
for
Sam
quarterback?
Howell higher still.
Devontae Smith or Nico Collins, since it's a standard league, I would go with Nico Collins if
Yep.
you need upside.
Yep,
If you
upside
want to
for
play
sure.
it safe, then go with Devontae Smith. But in a standard league, Nico Collins will have more upside. iShine 101, sup fellas, in a 10-man full PPR. What 3 should I start? Tank, Dell, Sutton, Godwin, and Nico Collins. Probably Dell, Sutton, and Godwin.
Dell, Sutton, Godwin. That's probably the safest options right there. Yes, and then we sit Nico.
Big Bag Biz, in a full PPR, 7-3, Dak or Murray, Rice or Warren in the flex. Warren over Rice for sure. Dak or Murray, I'm guessing Dak.
I got Dak higher.
Stallions Productions, who are your top 5 kickers this weekend? You like Bucker this weekend? Who's your sleeper? Thanks. Hold on a second.
Hold on. The amount of kicker research that goes in weekly is like a couple minutes. So let us pull that up.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to give me a minute on kicker rankings.
Yeah, kickers are not something we spend a whole lot of time on.
When
it comes to kickers, find the guys kicking indoors on the highest powered offenses.
This week we've got Brandon McManus, Jason Sanders, Harrison Bucker, Riley Patterson, and Brandon Aubrey, 1 through 5 in that order. And as far as a sleeper, I honestly have never had to answer who is your sleeper kicker of the week. I don't know if I would be able to do that for you, to be honest. If anything, kicker's the one position where you can just look at the projections, look and see if they're kicking indoors, look and see who is going to be like in the highest rated game of the week, like what's the over under on the games. If the game has a ton of total points projected for it, go with those kickers right there.
Yeah. Now the thing with Butker is he potentially has that issue with rain and wind on Monday night, so make sure you don't forget about that.
Bryant Ledbetter with a 20 bomb. Who should you start, or who would you start? Excuse me, in a standard league, a quarterback and a flex? Josh Allen and Murray.
I still have Josh Allen higher.
A Chan, Gibbs, and Etienne at wide receiver. Puka, Debo, Christian Kirk, Tank Dell, and then Bryden Ferguson. Wait a second. Okay, Headliner Nation, what is going on with so many questions tonight where you all don't tell us how many you need at a position?
Yeah, we need. It kind of helps a little bit. I'm just going to say that we need the.
You want us to flex somebody, and I have no idea. Listen, more than likely, we're flexing one of those running backs.
For sure. So
we're starting Etienne and a Chan, or no, Etienne and Gibbs and flexing a Chan.
Yep. And then for wide receivers, I'll just say if I had to pick 2, it would be. Let me see who could.
And I've got McBride over Ferguson this week at tight end.
It would be in a standard league. It would be Debo and Tank Dell as the 2. If we needed one more in a standard, it would be Christian Kirk if you needed 3.
Joseph, thanks for all the advice this year, fellas. Need help this week with Chase already playing. Pick 2 for the wide receiver 2 in Superflex. Garrett Wilson, Godwin, Addison, or T-Law. Also, Kittle or McBride. Thanks, guys. I've got McBride over Kittle this week. And then wide receiver 2 in Superflex.
I'm still going to Superflex T-Law. I mean,
okay, yep.
It's not like any of those options are going to be that much better. And then for the wide receiver 2, I'd probably go with Garrett Wilson and all that volume.
Juice Vino, fellas. Warren, Henderson, or Michael Evans in a full PPR. Mike Evans probably has the highest upside. Jalen Warren is going to be the safest bet, though.
Yeah.
Jake G, trade away A.J. Brown and Laporta. I already hate where this is going. For Chase and Swift, I'm weak at running back. Absolutely not. We are not trading A.J. Brown. It is just not
for
happening.
Jamar Chase with no Joe Burrow.
If you're trading A.J. Brown, you better be getting a wide receiver 1 and a running back in return.
Hey, can we just say this real quick, Kyle? If you're trading A.J. Brown, you have to be getting in return. If it's not, I mean, I'm talking like the top 3 or 4 guys at each position, not including I'm talking about top 3 running backs or wide receivers.
Yep.
We're not trading them for anybody else. We're not taking a downgrade there at all.
Yep. Can't do it. Can't do it. And Laporta, even though you have Kincaid, trade Kincaid. Don't trade Laporta.
Yeah.
Don't do that, please. Please don't. Yes. Jake G, I'm really hoping you didn't already accept that, because I would legit be
feeling sorry for you.
No, I wouldn't feel sorry. I'd be angry. I'm emotional already.
Straight anger. Straight anger. Got it.
Zen Rebel, I'm 8-2 thanks to y'all. Nope, you set your lineup. Thanks to you. 12-team PPR. This okay. Dobbs, Mostert, Achane, Tyreek, Kirk, Hawkinson, Singletary at the flex with the Chiefs kicker. Or no. Kansas City Chiefs defense.
Yep.
Bench is T-Law, Rice, Chandler, and Dottle. Absolutely.
Yep. Agreed with it.
Okay, you did not accept, Jake. Thank you so much. I feel much better now knowing that you did not accept, because I was having heart.
Try to find yourself a solid RB2 and trade Kincaid. See if you can find somebody who needs a tight end upgrade that has a solid RB2 that you can go after.
Here's one we always tell you hey, we really don't know who to go look for Pacheco. Go trade Kincaid for a guy like Pacheco.
Something like that, yeah.
Boom. Nailed it. Juan Manuel Ortiz becoming a member for the 25th month in a full PPR. 1 running back and 1 flex. Achane, Mostert, Collins, and Nakua. Wow.
I mean, do we just go
I'm
with
definitely starting Mostert. If you want more upside, start Achane. If you want to play it safe, then put Nakua in.
Yeah.
Jason Del Monte in a full PPR. Goff, St. Brown stack, or Dobbs Hawk stack. Give me Goff and St. Brown.
For sure. Like 175%.
Faux show. Not even for sure. Faux show. Faux show. Rob G in a standard league. Would you start Lockett or Aaron Jones in the flex? Give me Aaron Jones.
Yep.
Robert Burry. Full PPR. Need to sit 1 out of Ford, Gibbs, and Pollard. Thanks again. I've still got Pollard and Gibbs higher than Ford. If you want more upside, then I wouldn't argue with you if you wanted to start Ford over Pollard.
Yep.
Justin, start 1 for the flex between Ridley, Warren, and Cooks in a full PPR. Give me Warren, baby.
In a full PPR, yep.
Amy NFL Girl, PPR, 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, and 1 flex. Gibbs, Monty, Dell, Collins, and Barkley. So 2 running backs. I'm going to go with Gibbs and Monty there. And then if
you want safety, I'm going Dell. If you want higher upside, maybe Barkley.
Well, Dell would be your wide receiver, right?
Oh, need the wide receiver too. Yes, absolutely. Then yes.
Mm-hmm. It says 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, and then it says 1 FX. I'm assuming that's a flex.
I got you.
So we can put Gibbs, Monty, and Barkley in, and then play Dell at wide receiver.
I like that a lot.
Justin Michaud, Lost Burrow. Should I accept Reed for Fields? Jaden Reed. Right?
If that's who that is, I mean, I don't know any other Reed.
I mean, are you getting Fields for Reed? Yes.
If you are,
do that.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure. Danny Arriaga.
I think you're super close.
Arriaga. Arriaga.
I think it's Arriaga still. Danny Arriaga Jr.
Danny, let me know how close I was. Again, 10, nailed it. 1, shut my head in the door. Daniel Penrod, becoming a member for the 15th month. Hola, senors. I have to
Hola.
start 3 in a full PPR. Out of Jordan Addison. Oh, I see what he did there. Daniel, you were sneaky tricky there, and I see it. Jordan Addison, Christian Kirk, Devontae Smith, Hollywood, and McBride. We have to start 3 out of that group. I'm going to assume, let me guess Jake here. I'm going to assume that Jake is going to say, let's start Christian Kirk.
Yep.
Let's start Devontae Smith.
Yep.
Okay. Let's start, if you want more upside, go with Hollywood. If you want to be safe, play McBride.
Yep.
Nailed it. And then Kirk, Addison, and Devontae the move. Oh, you were asking? Well, we just gave you the answer anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Addison isn't bad, but he's like safe, right? He's going to get like 8 points a week, and that doesn't overly excite the eggplant.
Matthew Sanders, 2 running back spots and 1 flex. Who are you playing between Barkley, Swift, Mostert, Achane, Puka, and Cup? Ooh. Right now I'm thinking Cup and Swift, and I don't know about the third. Wait a second. First off, it's 100% Mostert over anybody here. Who do you have at wide receiver where Cup and Puka are only candidates for your flex? Because if we have to do 2 running back spots, it's going to be Mostert and Swift for me, and I will skip on Achane this week. And then you got to play Cup at the flex.
Yeah, and that's crazy because then you're still sitting Barkley, Achane, and Puka. That's crazy. It's got to be like an 8-teamer, I'm guessing. Mm-hmm.
Matthew Sanders wants to know Laporta or Kincaid. We're going to lock in Laporta.
Yep.
I knew I wasn't too far away. Crawl Josie. Rate my trade. Dynasty full PPR. I received ETN and a 2nd-round pick. Gave away 2 first-rounders in Mingo. That's definitely a win now trade. If you're looking to win now, then I'm absolutely fine with that.
Yep.
Paul D. Darrell Henderson or Ty Chandler in a full PPR. I'll go Darrell Henderson in a full PPR. Yep. TC7786 gifted a membership to the Headliner Nation community. TC, appreciate you and that gifted membership. Thanks for the generosity. Dryden, McComish, Hopkins or Sutton in a full PPR. Probably Hopkins here.
In a full PPR, I will lean towards Hopkins. I still think the touchdown upside is higher for Sutton, though. So in a full PPR, safer floor will still be Hopkins.
Brian M. In a half PPR, I have Cup, Puka, and Kyron.
Holy Rams.
Which one should I go? Which one should go and just lost Burrow with Kyler on the bench? Have Amon-Ra, Godwin, and Flowers, and White, Cook, Warren, and Singletary. Who should I target? Brian M., it's the same thing that we tell everybody, man. And we appreciate the donation. Who should go between Cup, Puka, and Kyron? I mean, Kyron has no trade value right now because he's been hurt, so you're not going to get anything for him. You can't really trade Cup, so if you're going to trade Puka, you better be targeting somebody that can produce the way that he's produced with Stafford. Who should you target? It depends. You're going to have to ask around. You're going to have to look at people's rosters. If you're wanting to trade Puka, then you need to look for wide receiver needy teams that have a running back that you might like to get in return, since you only have White, Cook, Warren, and Singletary at running back.
Yep.
Sierra Balderrama.
I think you nailed it.
Celebrating a month membership here with us. Hey, Jake and Kyle, help my lineup, please. Chase played full PPR, 1 wide receiver, a tight end, and a flex. And it looks like 2 running backs potentially as well. So Aaron Jones, Mostert, St. Brown, Schultz, Thielen, Addison, Harris, Chandler, McBride, and Achane. So looking through it, wide receiver is going to be St. Brown.
Yep, for sure.
Your tight end is going to be McBride over Schultz.
Okay.
And then Aaron Jones, Mostert, and Achane are going to be your 2 running backs in your flex.
Yep, I would agree.
M. St. G. Gifted 5 memberships to the Headliner Nation community. M. St. G, appreciate you. Thanks for the generosity. Let's get a little M. St. G spamming up in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Jesse Villalobos. becoming a member for the second month. 12-team half PPR in third place at 7-3. Fourth place is 5-5. I traded away Barkley and Keenan Allen for Breece Hall and DJ Moore. Was looking for a better schedule in playoffs week 16 and 17. Thoughts? I think Breece Hall has more upside than Barkley, but I do think Barkley is safer than Breece Hall. And dropping from Keenan Allen to DJ Moore is a pretty big drop for me still, in my opinion. Even though Barkley and Hall are a little bit close, I think you lost way too much at wide receiver. Personally, I wouldn't have made that deal.
I think you went from being a safer team to more of a boom or bust type team.
Bango Shanks, OMFG. I just traded James Cook for Laporta with Goddard on the bench in a full PPR. Still have Jones, Kamara, and Ty Chandler at running back. I mean, in a nutshell, value-wise, Laporta is better than James Cook. Absolutely.
Yes.
You hurt your team's running back depth, though. So if you have an injury at running back, you almost screw yourself because you can't rely on Ty Chandler.
Yeah.
So
not rest of season at all.
So did you win that trade in terms of value? Yes. In terms of roster construction, there is a potential that you may have hurt yourself a little bit there. Nathan Mackey, trade Chase and Kupp for Amon-Ra and Pittman. Worried with Burrow being out and Kupp having bad weeks. Thanks in advance.
I mean, honestly, this sounds super crazy, but I think about taking that.
I do too.
Pittman is still a top 15 guy rest of season, and you get to swap Chase for Amon-Ra, who's basically a top fiver for a top fiver. I mean, honestly, I think you go from super risky to super safe with the click of a button.
Hunter Bennett becoming a member of Hole and Chubb. Thanks, Hunter, for joining up. AP Zibby, hey guys, thanks again for the Javonte jersey. Can't wait to get my hands on it. And a full PPR, one running back and one flex. Mostert, Achane, Puka. Why are there so many people that own Mostert, Achane, and Puka all together? Javonte and then Hurts or Dobbs. We have Hurts over Dobbs for sure. We know that. It's a full PPR. I probably go Mostert and Puka this week.
Yep.
Tone Bone. And for those of you that hear us saying, like, we're sitting Achane, it's not that we want to sit Achane. No. We're essentially saying, though, for those of you that have Mostert and Achane, let's take the guy that's a little bit safer with Mostert. And then if there is another guy to flex over Achane that is safer until we see Achane back out there 100%, not maybe losing a bunch of touches this week, that's all we're saying. It's just we're taking away some of the risk with that and going somewhere else with it. Tone Bone, full PPR, pick 2, 1 flex, 1 running back. Jacobs, Monty, Mostert, Nico, Lockett, Schultz. Thanks, guys. Good luck, headliners. That is Jacobs and Mostert for me, I think. It is Jacobs and Mostert at 5 and 6.
I hate sitting David Montgomery. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't like it, but I mean, with those options, I get it. So many good options.
Celebrating 23 months with the headliners. Peasy, appreciate you. The Brown Dasher, Sam Howell, Kyler Murray, Joshua Dobbs. We've got Howell higher than those.
Howell is the highest. Okay. Yep.
And then PPR flex, Connor, Nakua.
So we can only pick one of them, I'm guessing.
It says James Conner R. P. Nakua.
I'm guessing it means
I'm going to guess it was supposed to be or.
Yeah.
If we're just picking one, I'm going Nakua over Conner.
Me too.
And then Washington, Pittsburgh, or Minnesota defense.
Let's see. Washington, Pittsburgh. Give me the Pittsburgh defense.
Perfect. And then, should I keep Conner rest of the season? Pick him up off waivers. Love y'all, effing gods. Yeah, I'm keeping James Conner.
I for sure will. Yep.
For sure, getting lots of touches. Shining, full PPR. Need 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a flex. CMC, yes.
100%.
Paul, yes.
Yep.
And then a Channer Ford. We'll come back to that. Waddle, Kirk, Cooks, and Devontae Smith.
I'm just going Waddle and Kirk.
Waddle and Kirk. So those are our 2 wide receivers. I have to double check tight end real quick. I have Kittle over Ferguson. And then it comes down to a Chan or Ford. If you want the highest upside, go with the Chan. If you want the safer floor, go with Ford in the flex. Devius Thomas, welcome to Holden Chubb. Already been a member, maybe returning. Thank you.
Love
Kent Dykesel.
Way to
I
remember, Kyle.
Becoming
Way to
a member
remember.
for the 10th month. Hey, guys, my opponent had Chase and Andrews. I'm in first, and if I lose, I'd go down to fifth. In a full PPR, pick 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and 2 flex. Ridley, Addison, Moore, Dotson, Quentin Johnston, Judy, James Cook, Henry, Madison, Hubbard, and Henderson. I don't want to jinx you. I'm talking purely from a strategical advantage here. Chase and Andrews suck the bed. So you are already off to a good start here.
Sure.
Let's be safe.
Yeah.
So for the 2 running backs, I'm going James Cook, and I'm going to go Derrick Henry.
Okay.
For the 2 wide receivers, I'm assuming Moore is DJ Moore. So I'm assuming we're going to say Jordan Addison and DJ Moore.
Yep. Out of those options, yep.
And then we need to flex 2 people. One of my flexes is going to be Darrell Henderson. I don't love it, but I'm going to go with Darrell Henderson. If Madison plays, I probably go with Madison as the other one, but only if he plays.
And if he doesn't, I'll go towards Addison, the other Viking.
But we just started Addison at wide receiver.
Okay.
We need 2
Addison and
flexes.
Moore. Okay, for the flexes. I got you. Yeah, I probably agree. Unless, like I said, the only thing left is all gambles. Quentin Johnston, Jahan Dotson, Calvin Ridley. Like, none of those guys are safe. So,
If you want
Yeah.
points, you could play Chuba Hubbard, but it's only going to be 3 points.
yeah, maybe against Dallas. It may only be like 2.5 points this week.
Yeah. Texans, rate my overall team. Hurts and Purdy, Hall, Kamara, Ford, and Singletary,
Okay.
Hill, Cup, Smith, Collins, Najigba, and Downs, Ingram,
Perfect.
and McBride. I'm going with a solid B+.
Yeah, I was verge A minus B plus. I like that overall team for sure. I don't know if you need Hurts and Purdy, both of them. So maybe the Joe Burrow owner, I go to him really quick and see if you can flip Purdy into another piece for your team.
Hugo F. becoming a member or celebrating a month membership here. Amari Cooper or Nico Collins in a half PPR. Thank you, fellas. Probably going with Nico here.
Yep.
Paul W. in a PPR, we need to bench 1. Achan, Mostert, Hall, and Walker. It's since you have Mostert. If you want the highest upside, you have to play Hall, Mostert, and Achan. If you want to play it safe, then you have to go with Mostert, Hall, and Walker, Paul. That would be my 2 options there for you.
Yep.
Austin George in a full PPR need 3. Javonte Ford, Nico, and Godwin. Safest bet, Javonte Ford and Godwin. Highest upside, Javonte Ford and Nico.
Agreed with that one.
Funko Pop Asylum becoming a member for the 8th month. Hey guys, Derrick Henry or Devin Singletary for the flex. I still have Henry higher this week.
Yep.
Other league, Madison or put in Ty Chandler. Thank you for everything you both do for all of us. Funko Pop, appreciate it. If Madison plays, it's Madison. If Madison doesn't play, then it's definitely Ty Chandler then.
Right.
Juan Fonseca. Jake and Kyle, what up, brothers?
What
Love
up?
it when he super chats. I love to say his name. Need one
Fonseca.
quarterback between Lawrence and Murray. It's Murray.
Yep.
One wide receiver between Gabe Davis and Reed. I have a feeling you're going to say if you want to play it safe, go Reed. If you want more upside, go Davis. Nailed it. Have JJ, Ayuk, Pittman, Nico trade Davis for Flowers. I would take Flowers over Gabe Davis rest of season.
At least I know I could start Gabe Davis weekly. Or not Gabe Davis, Zay Flowers weekly. Gabe Davis is somebody that you just never know what you're going to get.
Gabe Davis's bigger games are bigger than Zay Flowers, but Zay Flowers' floor games are higher than
Yeah.
Gabe Davis's
Imagine
floor
what
game.
could have been this past week if they hadn't called back that huge touchdown for some phantom call. Would have been huge.
In a standard league from Marvin Lewis, start 1 wide receiver and a flex. Deontay Johnson, Brandon Cooks, Darrell Henderson, Khalil Herbert, Royce Freeman, Zach Charbonnet, JSN, and Curtis Samuel. Start 1 wide receiver. It is a standard league, so that sucks for Deontay Johnson.
Yep.
I'd probably say let's risk it for Cooks, and hopefully the dude scores a touchdown.
Another touchdown. Yep, that's what we're hoping
Yep.
for.
And then as far as flexing any of these guys in a standard league, I probably look to the best running back of the group, which would be Darrell Henderson for me.
Yep. Unless Tyler Lockett is ruled out, then I could go with JSN.
Even with it being standard.
I mean, at least he
risky
has
either way.
opportunities for touchdowns.
Ricky, if Michael Thomas is out, do we like A.T. Perry or Shaheed upside? Got to go Rashid Shaheed.
I'm going, give me Shaheed.
Bill Seth, Pick 3 in a full PPR. Cup, Puka, Ayuk, and Dell. Cup and Puka for sure being a full PPR, right?
Yeah, probably. And then Ayuk is going to be the next highest ranked guy in a full PPR, though they're super close. I mean, if you want to play it safer, you just go Cup, Puka, and Dell and get all the targets.
Danny Alson. Need some help, fellas. Flex 1 in a full PPR between Pacheco, Myers, Samuel, Christian Watson, and Rondell Moore. None of those other options excite me, but at least I know Pacheco's going to get 10 touches this week. I go with Pacheco.
At least, yep.
M. St. G becoming a member for the 24th month of Excessive Chubb. What up, fellas? Tough bye week at the running back position for me. Full PPR starting Mostert. Need an RB2 and 2 flexes from Pacheco, Chandler, Hunt, Herbert, Kirk, and McBride. Starting Kittle. Thanks, guys. I'm starting McBride over Kittle because I've got McBride higher than Kittle this week, M. St. G. I'm taking Kittle out of the tight end position, and I am starting McBride there instead. So then as far as who am I flexing, I'm flexing Christian Kirk for sure.
Yep.
And then if you want to play it safe, you can go with Pacheco. If you want to chase upside, then flex George Kittle at that point.
At that point, yep.
Look at me, just solving problems, baby. Paul Adam, what you think about Singletary this week in rest of season, full PPR? As far as Singletary goes this week, good matchup.
Great.
I'm not
Good
banking
matchup.
on 150 yards again on the ground.
No.
But a good matchup. His problem is number one, if Dameon Pierce comes back, he might still be the starter, but Pierce will still get touches. And number two, Houston loves to throw the football a lot. So they have to be really good matchups for him to get a ton of touches.
Exactly. A lot.
I think he's a guy that is a flex option with you with weekly RB2 upside. That's what I would say. Plus, let's also not forget that the running back position sucked big ones for the entire season until 1 week in week 11.
Yep.
Merciful Duke and a full PPR, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, and 1 flex from Dingleberry, Warren, Herbert, Kirk, Dell, and Garrett Wilson. Thanks, guys. So the 1 running back and a full PPR is I'm gonna go Jalen Warren over Devin Singletary in a full PPR league.
Yep.
The 1 wide receiver then is probably Kirk over Dell.
Kirk will be safer over Dell. Yep.
So then do you flex Singletary if you want to be safe and then play Dell if you want upside?
Damn right you do.
Boom. So your safe lineup is Warren, Kirk, Singletary. Your upside lineup is Warren, Kirk, and Dell.
Yes.
Alexander Arroyo. I need to drop 1 for a chant. I have Tua, Cooper, Dell, Thielen, Eckler, Gus, Schultz, Warren, Lockett, Jones, Murray, Olave, Cook, and Ferguson. So if it's Kyler Murray and you have Tua and it is a 1 quarterback league, I don't really see a need to carry a second quarterback.
Exactly. There really isn't a need.
If that is Latavius Murray, it's absolutely Latavius Murray, and we're not even looking back at this point.
Yes, I'm typing. Sorry.
Kenton Stout, Murray over Stroud with Houston wide receiver injuries.
I mean, I still have Stroud higher as of right now.
4, Sam Odeo, becoming a member for the 18th month. Keep it going. 16 PPR running back starting are Saquon and Brees, Sap Mixon, and B-Rob. Wide receiver starting Lamb, Ayuk, and Cup. Cup is at the flex, it looks like. Sat,
Yep.
Nakua, Mike Evans. Upside needed. Look, Mixon had a good week, but Mixon didn't have a great, I don't know why people are freaking out. He just had the 1 touchdown, right? He didn't get a second one.
I don't think so. I'm looking.
I mean, did he have
so long
18
ago.
fantasy points? How many half PPR points did he have?
Let's see here. Joe Mixon had point total. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and a half, 18 and a half.
I called it. I said 18 fantasy points.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, because I've seen people say, oh, great call on Mixon. It wasn't like Mixon blew up. Mixon benefited greatly from
Joe Burrow going out.
From not only, well, not even that, but Joe Burrow obviously was hurt at the
Yeah.
beginning of the game because he was checking down to Mixon the entire time. Because I even said after the first drive, I'm like, They're throwing to Mixon a lot right now.
Yeah.
That's what he benefited from. Is it going to be that way the rest of the season? Quite possibly. But don't be upset that you sat Mixon. The choice over Saquon, Breece, and Mixon was always Saquon and Breece Hall. Always. As far as Lamb, Ayuk, and Kupp with Nakua setting, you need upside. I'm running with what you have right now. If you need upside, this is what you're going with. Bill Seth, Howell or Stroud this week? We have Howell higher, correct?
Yep.
Joe Cruz, Ty Chandler, Ridley, or Schultz is the flex in a half PPR. If we're going to play it safe and Madison is out, it's Ty Chandler. If we're going to play it safe and Madison is in, it's Dalton Schultz. If we're just saying screw it, let's go for upside, it's Ridley.
It's Ridley. And it's Jose Cruz, not Joe, but yes.
My bad. Kent Dykesel. Opponent had Chase in a full PPR. Flex Kirk, Dell, Achan. I'm in first and I want to assert my dominance. You want to assert your dominance? Play Achan then.
Yeah, and just
If
hope
that's
for
what
a
you're
huge
looking
game.
for. Yeah.
Yep.
Paul Adam, didn't realize I was watching from the beginning, so I don't know if you already did my message. Wondering if you can read it again if you didn't already.
I'll go scroll up and look.
You
I
go
know we
scroll-
read it.
I'll
I know
keep
we read
going.
it.
Who's your Devo? Welcome to Holden Chubb. Vincent Vargas, welcome to Holden Chubb. Thanks for both of you for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation. Justin Mishaud, should I play Puka and Cup together in a full PPR? Full PPR? Absolutely, I'm fine with it. Jonathan Castillas, in a PPR, McBride or Kincaid? I have Kincaid one spot higher than McBride, but McBride might be a little safer. McBride might be a little safer. And then Godwin, Pacheco, or Ford. I've got Ford over all those guys. Cammy Cam from 0-2 to 8-2. Love seeing that. Half PPR. Need 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. Jacobs, Connor, Williams, DK, Kirk, Tank, and Collins. For the 2 running backs, give me Jacobs and give me Javonte Williams.
Yep.
For the 2 wide receivers, give me Kirk and Tank Dell. And
Yep.
then for the flex, if you want to play it safe, go with James Conner. If you want a little bit more upside and Tyler Lockett is out, go DK Metcalf. Jose Cruz, also Allen or Kyler. I have McBride. Thought of stacking. We still have Josh Allen higher this week.
Yep.
Kent Dykesel, if Madison is out, who should be my second flex? Ridley, Dotson, Hubbard, Quentin Johnston, or Judy? If you want to play for upside there, then your flex should be Ridley. If you want to play it safe, I probably lean towards Judy then at that point, but I don't love that at all.
I don't love it. No.
Alexander Arroyo. Honestly, I would probably start Ridley no matter what, and I'd just say screw it.
And just hope for the best.
Yeah. Alexander Arroyo. Thanks, guys. Thanks, fellas. You guys are the best in the biz. Alexander, you're the best
Hey,
in your biz, even though I don't even know what it is. I bet you're the best.
whatever
in
your
it.
business is. Maybe his business is bad though, and we're like condoning something.
Maybe he sells crack cocaine. You're the best
maybe-
crack
and-
cocaine dealer in the world.
But we cannot condone that here on the internet.
But you shouldn't do crack cocaine because it's bad for you.
That's right. But I do have what the question was that Paul wanted to know about. Paul's question was the one about Devin Singletary rest of season, where we said this week is great. Rest of season, don't expect what we got last week. But he is somebody who could take over that starting role. But when Dameon Pierce comes back, he's still going to get touches. So he's not going to be some super high-end top 12, 15 guy every single week.
Tim Menzies becoming a member for the 9th month. Need a flex. Calvin Ridley, James Cook, or Alexander Madison. I'm going James Cook here if you want to play it safe. If you're chasing points and it's got to be Calvin Ridley, I'm probably leaning towards James Cook regardless.
Yep.
Skills all day and a half PPR 5-5. Just traded Laporta for Waddle. Thoughts? Production-wise, you gave up a little bit because Laporta is a little bit better than Waddle right now. However, if you already had another tight end and you were set there and you were bad at the wide receiver position, I think it could have been worse. So right now, I'm going to say that's like a B trade for me.
Right.
A Jay-Z. Who scores more, Parham or a kicker? Leave tight end or kicker empty. Why would you leave the tight end or kicker position empty?
Don't ever leave it empty.
Always
But-
fill it.
Always fill it with somebody. But I don't understand. Kyle, you're horrible. I can't even make eye contact with you sometimes. I know exactly what it is you're doing. I mean, if I had to choose a kicker or Parham, I'd probably choose a kicker. But I'm not leaving either spot empty.
He has no one to drop, he says.
Oh, that's a problem. Snake
I
eyes.
mean, I don't want to
because
leave
work with
anything
Kyle.
empty. Are you saying that you don't have a kicker? AGZ, I'm going to have to know more here.
Yeah.
And we're all caught up on super chats now, so we're more than willing to wait a second.
Yeah, we'll see what you can say.
Yeah, so the question becomes is, so you don't have a kicker, so you would need to drop Parham to pick up a kicker?
And then you have no tight end. Is I'm guessing what he says.
He's been getting away with no kicker.
Wow. Your league mates must not pay attention. at
Wow.
all. Man. I mean, if I only had to start one of them, I would start a kicker over Parham, but I hate
I
doing
mean,
that.
Parham has more upside than a kicker does, especially if Everett is out. But I don't know if I'm willing to risk that.
Yeah. Let's see. Paul is in Discord. He says he sent us a picture in there. Let me pull that up. Let me get it here. All right, so he says, "Hey y'all, I sent a screenshot of my team in your ticket here on Discord. Can I get a team rating, a grade A through F? It's a 12-team full PPR." All right, Kyle, you ready to listen to the team?
Absolutely not.
All right, so we got Jalen Hurts at quarterback.
A+.
Going up, starting wide receivers, got Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill.
A+.
Running backs, Jacobs and Brees Hall.
A.
Tight end, Hawkinson.
A.
Flex, Demont.
A.
Kicker, Riley Patterson.
A.
You got the Jets defense.
A.
On the bench, you got Pop Douglas, Damian Pierce, Devin Singletary, and Tyler Conklin.
Starting lineup is an A bordering A+. If you factor in the bench, we're going down to an A-.
Yeah, about an A- what I was going to say. Solid overall team, though, for sure.
Kitten Stout, Rice or Diddley this week. Casey's weather seems light. I think Rice and Diddley are like the same in terms of risk reward.
Probably.
I probably go with Ridley.
I mean,
Philadelphia gives up a ton of passing yards.
Yeah,
Probably
they do.
Rice.
I think Rice is probably the smarter option because even if he doesn't pop off, he still gives you a safer floor than Diddley.
Mm-hmm. Aiden, start Pacheco or Singletary at the flex? I have Singletary with more upside than Pacheco this week.
Yeah.
Sierra Baldrama, forehead kisses. Back with another
about.
question. Half PPR. Pick 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and 1 flex. Garrett Wilson, Sutton, Etienne, Mostert, Ford, Cooper, Chandler. Thank you for all your help. 2 wide receivers from Wilson, Sutton, and Cooper. Probably Wilson and Sutton, I'm assuming.
Agreed. Yep.
2 running backs. We're going to go Etienne and Mostert there. Faux show.
Faux show.
And then we're going to flex Ford.
Over Cooper and Chandler, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. ADL, Gutierrez, Hurts or Stroud this week? Probably Hurts.
Hurts is still higher.
Batmat Gaming and a half PPR, Dotson or JSN? Probably leaning towards JSN, even if Lockett plays.
Probably. Peasy says he hopes Ridley goes the hell off, so we'll stop calling him Diddley. Peasy, you know I am the #1 Calvin Ridley truther, probably out of the 789 people watching and the 2 here on camera. I believe in him more than anybody. But damn it, if he hasn't been disappointing this year.
Christian Compost becoming a member for the 24th month. 2 years with Christian. Hey guys, half PPR. I have Tua and CJ. I know CJ is ranked higher, but I have Tyreek. Have been doing the Tua Hill combo. Should I still go with Tua or CJ then?
Now that we have no Noah Brown, it is a lot closer from what the rankings were earlier in the week. So honestly, I have no issues going to Tua because they're back-to-back in the rankings now. So I'm fine with going Tua and hoping they pop off.
Who's your Devo? 12-team PPR, I'm 4-6. Need a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. So for the quarterback position, Goff or Murray, we have Goff higher.
Yep.
For the running backs, Barkley, JT is on a bye. If that's supposed to be JT.
JT. Only one I know of.
Devin Singletary, and Chandler. So it's going to be Barkley, and it's going to be Singletary for me.
Yep.
2 wide receivers, AJ, yes. And
Yeah,
then
100%.
Pittman over D-Hop, JSN, and DeMario.
Well, Pittman's on bye too.
Oh, that's right. I just said JT was
I know.
on bye.
So I'm going with D-Hop as the second option there.
What an idiot.
And Demario Douglas is on a bye too. So,
Yep.
I mean, that's...
So then
Really-
Laporta at the tight end position. Also, rest of season rate and moves to make or hold. You guys rock. I mean Barkley, JT, and Connor with Devin Singletary as a 4th option is not that bad at the running back position. It could be a lot worse. A.J. Brown with Pittman and D-Hop, not that bad. You've got Laporta on lock. I mean, the only thing I would potentially be looking at is could you get a better wide receiver 2/3? Maybe someone to go along with Pittman that maybe you could rely on a little bit better than Hopkins, so we don't have to rely on Will Levis every single week. But I wouldn't overpay for one either.
And if you can trade one of the quarterbacks for somebody, I would not be opposed to that as well.
Danny.
And also, I put Connor in the flex for that one. I don't know if... I think he's the only one that was really left that was worth it.
Yes, my bad. Danny. Arriaga.
Arriaga?
Stroud or Prescott? It's Prescott, right?
Yes, it's Dak.
Boom. Mike Schumacher, actually, here, traded Kyron for Stroud, then Tua and Waddle for ETN, then Jonnu for Addison. Now have Kyler and Stroud, ETN, Eckler, and Hall, Diggs, Evans, Nico, Addison, Hawkinson, grade, then start Kyler or Stroud. We have Kyler higher than Stroud this week?
I have Stroud higher still.
Stroud higher. Honestly, in terms of, I mean, I wouldn't have traded Kyron for Stroud.
Probably not.
If you already had Kyler.
Yeah.
But you still have a good team anyway. So even though I don't love that trade, unless it's if it's a super flex league, then I'm okay with it. But if it was a 1 quarterback league, I wouldn't have done that.
I think the end product turned out good. The
Yes.
trade's somewhat questionable, but the way that it ended up
Yep.
is a solid team for sure.
Kojiri, full PPR, need 2 out of Dell, Addison, and Debo. Probably
I'm
Dell
going
and Debo.
Dell
The
and
Ds,
Debo, baby.
Double D's.
Double D's this week. That's
I'll
what
let
I'm
you
talking
answer
about.
questions for a few minutes. I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Well, you won't. You every once in a while, I can't get a word in. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
try to
just
answer
sit
something,
up.
and you just keep on going. You're just feeling the flow every once in a while.
I just get with it.
That's right. Roger Craney says start 3 in a 12-team PPR to Singletary, Achan, White, Connor, and Warren. In a PPR, give me Achan, Singletary, and Rashad White right there. Christian Campos, what's going on out there? Says half PPR need a RB2 and a flex and 2 flex spots out of Aaron Jones, Mostert, Monty, Achan, King Henry, Ford, Addison, and DJ Moore. Lots of options here for sure. For your running back 2. Oh, man. So many freaking options here. Your running back 2, if it's me, I'm going to gamble and go with the Chan. The 2 flex spots. Dude, how do you sit some of these guys? I'm going with David Montgomery as one of them for safety, and then I'll gamble on the other one and go with Aaron Jones and cross my fingers. But, man, I hate to sit a few of those guys on there for sure. That team must be absolutely stiggity stacked, Christian. McLaurin or a Chan in a full PPR, fart box puncher. I'm going with a Chan. I mean, we said it early in the show, like they wouldn't have brought him back if he wasn't ready to go because they didn't really overly like need him. And the way they use him in that offense, dude can just put up so many points with so little touches. It's hard to not start him when he's healthy. For sure. I don't even know what some flooding the chat. Who's Oh yeah, because we got somebody out there asking the same question over and over. Copy and pasting, right? Copy and paste, copy and paste. Do we love that? No. Am I going to get on somebody for doing it? At least, I guess now we got our attention, I guess. It says, I'm trying to trade for Tyreek Hill, full PPR. You have Mahomes, CMC, Kenneth Walker, Nakua, Moore, Komet, Achan, Ferguson, Olave, Derek, and Lamar. This guy's not budging, so I have to change it up a bit. I mean, there's really not a question there, Pyro. Like I can't tell you what to do because I have no idea Like, what is he looking for? He's not budging, but what have you already tried that he's not budging with? And this is where it's like super hard because like it's a conversation with the owner. Hey, you know, what is it that you want for Tyreek Hill? And he comes back and then you can start those negotiations. But if you don't have a good starting point, it's like almost impossible for us to make up that conversation in our head. Can you drop Jeff Wilson? Juice, probably. I mean, I don't see anybody starting him anytime soon with a Chan back now. What up, K-Mac? I see K-Mac out there in the chat. If Jetta is out, which he already is, Cade, no Justin Jefferson this week. Kirk or Addison, you're leaning towards Kirk for safety, and I would absolutely agree with you. Hey, guys, Puka or Connor at the flex? Tommy Kizzle. What's going on, Tommy? If it's me, if you want safety, it's Connor. If you want to gamble a little bit more, it's Puka. Batmat Gaming says Mixon or Mondre rest of season in a half PPR. Now with the injury to Joe Burrow, I'm going to lean ever so slightly towards Mixon because they're going to have to give that dude a heavy workload each and every week to take some of that pressure off of Jake Browning because Jake Browning does not equal Joe Burrow. So I think Mixon's just his volume is about to skyrocket. Christian also asked, half PPR need one flex spot out of Aaron Jones or Puka. I mean, man. I think in a half PPR scoring, the safer bet's probably going to be Puka this week. For sure, Tommy. Houston or Kansas City's defense? I really don't want... I like Kansas City's defense, but I don't know if I want to tempt it against Philadelphia. So give me Houston. Stroud or Mahomes, still have Mahomes higher right now. If you don't want to worry about the weather potentially on Monday, then I don't hate Stroud as well. Who's your Devo? Y'all like Kyler or Goff rest of season? For sure trading one. I think Goff is probably your for sure safest bet week in and week out. You don't have to worry about it. So Goff is probably where I would stay and not have, I could just lock him in every week. It's a top 12 option. I don't have to worry about it. Mona, you got your Keenan Allen helmet. It finally has made its way all the way across the country on horse and buggy to Mona up in Alaska. Love that. Glad you finally got it. Man, I mailed that thing like weeks ago. Ginger Snowman, bring back Show Us Your Teams. We're doing it every other week. I mean, I didn't want to just kick Mac out of his Mac and the Medic segment and just say, hey, me and Ethan taking it back over. So we're alternating weeks. So it'll be there next week. Aziz. Hey, again, it's Aziz. Christian Watson or Godwin or Ty Chandler for the first question. 2 is Singletary or Darrell Henderson. For the first one, I'm going with Chris Godwin. And for the second one, give me Devin Singletary because he's going to see a ton of volume. And a great matchup against Arizona as well. Should I start Tyler Lockett? We don't even know if Tyler Lockett's going to start Tyler Lockett for sure or not yet. So we need to wait and find out in the morning for sure on that one. Monty or Nico? I'm taking the safety of Monty in a revenge game against the Chicago Bears. TKO. Appreciate you out there. Says, hey, gents, please rank my half PPR team. Quarterback is Hurts. Love it. Running backs, Mostert, Mixon. Love it. Wide receivers, Lamb, McLaurin. Tight ends, Kmet. Flex is James Conner. Kicker, McManus. Browns defense. On the bench, you got JT, Kyron, Hollywood, Amari, Taysom, and the Jets. Overall, we're not making any... Yeah, overall, I mean, I think if you wanted more upside, you could throw in Hollywood over Connor, but it's more of a gamble. But overall, that team is super solid. Hopefully, Terry McLaurin can get it going down the stretch. He's probably been the biggest issue for you most of the season. MT, full PPR, Madison. Madison now playing Flex 1, Ty or Warren. Has that come out while we've been on here? Kyle, have you seen anything about Madison? For sure.
Nothing. I haven't seen any updates. I also haven't been looking for updates.
Let me see here. Okay, yeah, it did just came out 3 minutes ago. Tyler Lockett, Alexander Madison, Garrett Wilson, Keenan Allen, all expected to play.
There you have it.
Michael Wilson of the Cardinals expected not to play. I know we talked about his name earlier in the show. So if you are somebody who is considering Michael Wilson, he is expected to be out. So, okay, the question then again was, Madison is now playing Flex 1 between Ty and Warren in a full PPR with Madison playing. Give me Jaylen Warren. Christian, rate my team: Josh Allen, AJ Brown, Waddle, Mostert, Gibbs, Kincaid, Ayuk, Browns, Aubrey, Addison, Kittle, Ford, and Edwards. That's a solid in a standard league. That is great, because in standard leagues, you're looking for that high touchdown upside. And AJ Brown, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, Jahmyr Gibbs, Brandon Ayuk, those are huge touchdown upside guys. So that's a great team overall for a standard league, for sure. Yes, that will raise Hollywood some with no Michael Wilson. Aziz, should I trade Brian Robinson? Personally, I'm not, unless you have like crazy depth. I'm going to hold on to as many running backs here late in the season as I can possibly hold on to. The colder months come, teams run more. We need more running backs. Robert Estabrooks, Tank Dell or Christian Kirk in a full PPR? In a full PPR, I probably lean towards Tank Dell ever so slightly, just due to the volume he sees. Quit it. Addison, JSN, or Reed, half PPR. Now that we know that Lockett is playing, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that potential breakout game. I'm going Jaden Reed. Wheat, PPR, Nico, Amari, and Puka. Which two should you start? Give me Nico and Puka, and let's not worry about Amari just yet until we see what he can do with DTR. Should you start Brian Robinson over Pacheco? Personally, I think Robinson's a safer start than Pacheco this week. I don't dislike Pacheco, but it's really hard to run on Philadelphia, for sure. Robinson has a great matchup going up against the Giants, and there's no Antonio Gibson. This channel has a lot of spammers. It is funny. Actually, it's just a public stream, and if you go into any public live stream, that's exactly how it is everywhere, Al. That's not like it just happens here. When you have when you have a bunch of people trying to get questions answered, that's what happens. B-Rob or Ayuk in a PPR. I think B-Rob's going to give you the safer floor, Tristan. If it's my team, though, I'm probably leaning towards Ayuk because he still has a safe floor but a higher upside. Adams or Hopkins. I still have Adams higher. I mean, he's getting volume. He just needs catchable volume. Madison or Warren as your running back, too. I probably lean towards Warren this week, especially if it's a PPR scoring. Johnny Rojas, 12-team, non-PPR, 1 flex. So we have Tua, Mixon, Walker, Hill, Sutton, Hawkinson, Cook. On the bench, you have Watson, Addison, Hunt, Rice, Foreman, Mitchell. Which other wide receiver and flex am I starting this week? Rest of season team rank. Okay, so which other wide receivers? So you got Tua, Mixon, Walker. You have Hill and Sutton and Hawkinson. What other wide receiver and flex? So if you need one more wide receiver and a flex out of the guys who are on your bench, I'm going to go with Jordan Addison as one of them. And if you want safety, Kareem Hunt. If you're willing to gamble more, where I would go would be Rashee Rice as that other flex. Jordan, welcome to full Chubb. He out there with so much Chubb in his hands. Josh, need one flex in a full PPR. Collins, Metcalf, or McBride? Oh, man. Safest option is going to be McBride. Now that we know there's no Michael Wilson, I think he gives you the safest floor if that's what you need. If you need a little bit more upside where you have to gamble, that's where we go DK Metcalf. Danny Martinez, non-PPR, so a standard league, McBride or Laporta. I'm still going with Laporta. And then flex, we got Garrett Wilson, Singletary, Javonte Williams, Debo, or Wilson. I don't know if that's a different Wilson. If it's Michael Wilson, he's out. You've already listed Garrett Wilson. Also trade Rice for Lawrence, had Burrow. I have no issues trading Rice for Lawrence if you don't have another quarterback option. Because you have, as long as you have plenty of depth. But as for your other flex option, in a non-PPR, we need that touchdown upside. Oh, man. I'm probably leaning towards Deebo Samuel this week. Kent, with Madison active, should I start him as a running back 2 over James Cook and put Cook into my flex spot over Ridley or Henderson? If it's my team, let me see. Personally, yes. I'll put Madison in as your running back 2 over James Cook, and then put Cook into your flex spot. And I would do that personally over Henderson because I want to try to get some of that upside of Ridley. Rice, D-Hop, and Collins. I have to bench one of them, Alberto. The lowest ceiling is probably Rashee Rice. So I probably bench Rashee Rice right there. Brady Wood sent in a super chat, retracted his message. Don't know what your question was there, Brady. Sean Smallwood, flex Ty Chandler or Hubbard. If it's me, now that we know that Madison is playing, I'm going to go Hubbard, but I don't love it at all. I really don't love either one of them now that we know that Madison is playing. Jay Crossfade, would you start McBride over Laporta if you also start Montgomery in a standard league? Probably not. I mean, Sam Laporta just has such a great opportunity in that matchup that I probably still go with Sam Laporta. Stroud or Fields, I still have Stroud a little bit higher. Howell or Fields, I got Howell higher. Javonte or Jalen in a full PPR, it's super close in a full PPR, Mark, but I still lean towards Javonte just due to the overall volume that he sees. Rashee Rice or Addison, I think Rice gives you the safer floor, but with the potential bad weather in that game, I probably lean towards Addison. Josh, full PPR for the running back Javonte or Singletary. Ooh. I like both of them. I probably lean towards Javonte by a hair just due to the volume that he sees, but he's probably the riskier of the two. Singletary is safer going up against Arizona if you'd rather just have the safer option. Wheat says, shout out Kyle Richardson, FF MVP GOAT. Don't know. He likes you, though. It was also their very first super chat on the stream. Kent, pick a D, Chiefs, Chargers, or Vikings. Let's see here. Chiefs, not going to tempt them going up against Philadelphia. Chargers, and who was the other one? Vikings. Let me see here. Chargers, Vikings. Give me the Vikings this week. Denver's offense is not one that can go out and put up huge points, so I'm hoping that Minnesota can get a couple turnovers in that game. There's Brady. Brady's back. Says full PPR, pick 2. Madison, Addison, Deontay, Lockett, and Judy. Forgot to put my message in the last one. It's all good. Full PPR, I have to pick 2 of these options. In a full PPR, give me the 2 wide receivers I think that can see the most volume in this game. Give me Jordan Addison and Deontay Johnson. Terry Hudak Terry in this chat. Full PPR, need a flex, best option out of Addison, Rice, or Ridley for the upside. Thanks, guys. You are the best, Terry. We appreciate you. If you're looking for just the upside, then we got to gamble and go with Calvin Ridley and just hope that in this great matchup, he finds himself a big play. Mike E. Adams, White, and Rice for CD. Full PPR, have Tyreek and JJ. So you would trade Devontae Adams, Rashad White, and Rashee Rice for only CD Lamb. Honestly, that's a lot. That's a lot. I don't know what your running back depth would be after that. If you still have at least 3 starting running backs each and every week, and you can still afford to lose Rashad White, then you could totally assemble the dream team here with CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, and Justin Jefferson down the stretch and potentially make a run, but you'd have to have some solid running back depth. Who's your Devo? Upgraded to full Chubb out there with 2 hands worth of the Chubb. Daniel Mansfield. In a family league and my sister lost Burrow, should I trade her Dobbs for 2 out of Walker, Barkley, Gus Bus, Pittman, Kittle, Ferguson, Taysom? Choose 2.5 PPR. So you really want to take advantage of your sister is what it sounds. You totally want to rip your sister off right here, because I will tell you that no matter who you get in return, you win the trade because you don't even need Josh Dobbs. So it all depends, Daniel. The holidays are around the corner. if you want to hang out with your family during Thanksgiving and Christmas and look at your sister in the eye and you don't want to take advantage of her, then you probably lean towards, I mean, any one of these guys. I mean, if you can get Walker, Barkley, Gus, Pittman, Kittle, don't even take two of them. Be nice to your sister and just swap one for one and give her Dobbs and take any one of Walker, Barkley, Gus, or Pittman. Regardless, it's a win for your team, and you don't piss off family members right before the holidays. Jonathan Lee, Chase and Monty, or St. Brown? Is this like a trade question? Like, which side would I rather have, Chase and Monty or St. Brown? I mean, St. Brown over Chase, but if there's a desperation for a running back, then Monty is a great ad, but you lose so much potential at wide receiver. Plus, I don't know which side of this trade you're on. Would you be getting Chase and Monty, or would you be getting St. Brown? Honestly, I probably don't make the move if I'm you. Regardless, I mean, if you give up St. Brown, you're taking a huge hit at wide receiver. You get a great option at running back, but you take a huge, everything you gain at running back, you lose at wide receiver. And if you're on the other side, yeah, I don't think I can do that. Josh, full PPR, Hollywood Brown, DJ Moore, or Cooper. If I can only pick one of them, only one safer option, I'm going to go Hollywood Brown. If you want to gamble more, then it's DJ Moore. Snake Eyes, I'm right there with you. Right there with you. Lauren Kennard. What's going on, Lauren? Have Addison in the flex, or should I go with James Cook or Dotson 10-team full PPR? If those are the options, I'm probably just hanging with Addison and hoping for a touchdown at this point. If you wanted a safer option, it would be James Cook. Safer option is James Cook. But if you're looking for a little bit higher upside potential, it could be Jordan Addison. Danny Martinez says, pick one in a non-PPR, Singletary or Jay Wilson of the Broncos. I'm thinking you mean Javonte Williams of the Broncos.
Javonte.
I'm guessing that's what it, and not Wilson. In a non-PPR, I probably still lean towards Javonte this week in a higher touchdown upside, but it's super close. Christian Campos, half PPR, need two running backs, Walker, Mostert, Aaron Jones, Pacheco. Thanks for all the help tonight. I'm in first in all three of my leagues because of you guys. No, you're in first in all three of your leagues because of you. You're the one hitting those submit buttons on your roster each week. But if you need two running backs out of Walker, Mostert, Aaron Jones, Pacheco, I'm going Mostert and Aaron Jones this week. Mike E., you have Jonathan Taylor, Javonte, and Connor left after trading White. Okay, so you still have some potential options there. If you're willing to risk it rest of season, knowing that that's all you got left, then you can assemble the super team of wide receivers. But just know it's a risk. If anybody goes down or gets hurt, you're going to be in some trouble. Overall, though, having those three wide receivers is crazy. Adiel Gutierrez, please rate full PPR quarterbacks. Or your quarterback is Stroud. Your running backs are Gibbs and Mostert. Wide receivers are Evans and Kirk. Tight end is McBride. Flex, Achan. Cowboys D, Aubrey. On the bench, you have Hurts. So you have Stroud over Hurts. Technically, I have Hurts higher still. If you want Stroud for the safety because of the weather, I get it. Cook, I agree. Myers, yes. Ferguson, Dotson, Chandler, and Curtis Samuel. Yep. I don't change anything on that team with the way you have it outside of the quarterback. Like I said, I still have Jalen Hurts higher. But overall, that's a solid B+ team right there for sure. Not great depth overall, but overall solid. Piff, Swift, and Ford for JJ, or Ford for Moore. Okay, this is Swift and Ford for JJ, or Ford for Moore, or is Warren and Ford for Moore too much? I have Etienne, Swift, Hall, Warren, Ford. Wide receivers, St. Brown, Diggs, Pickens, Reed, Christian Watson, please help. Okay, so Swift and Ford for JJ. I mean, you already have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Stephon Diggs, so I don't think you need to give up Swift and Ford for JJ. You got two stud wide receivers anyway. Could you give up Ford for Moore if that's DJ Moore? I don't think you really need Ford because you got better running back depth. So if you wanted to get another potential high upside play, I would do Ford for Moore. Warren and Ford for Moore, though, is too much for me. So I would do Ford for Moore if you're able to do it. If they'll take that, I'll take that. The Waddy Way. Great show again. Appreciate you. Bye week killing me. Bijan and Ramondre. And Popper out. Half PPR. You got Walker. Need to start Zach Chardonnay. Did your autocorrect put in Chardonnay? Or Ty Chandler. Need a safe floor as I have risky flex. Chardonnay. Personally, I'm going to go, now that we know that Madison is playing, give me Zach Charbonnet this week. And let's hope that he can just break one play and find the end zone. Ty Chandler, now he's going to be splitting there with Alexander Madison. That worries me a little bit in a team that's probably going to throw the ball quite a bit. Eric Wright, 8-2 in a PPR league. Henry, Etienne, B-Rob, Lamb, Jefferson, Thielen, Cooper, Rice. Have the option of getting Singletary. Please set my lineup, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. So your 2 running backs are going to be, for me, Etienne and B-Rob. Your 2 wide receivers are going to be Lamb and Thielen, since Jefferson is out. Your flex then is going to be, out of what you have right now, it's Derrick Henry. If you wanted something safer, the safer option would be Singletary. But if it's me, I just roll with Henry. Now, if you have a chance to get Singletary, I would still do that and stash him rest of season over the likes of maybe a Rashee Rice if you have nobody else bottom of your bench. Vanilla Villains, right or wrong in Dynasty, traded a first to a non-playoff team. You own his first. For players to get points from his lineup, improve odds of pick equals MHJ. Marvin Harrison. Okay, Marvin Harrison Jr. Got it. Also traded players to another team, playoff contender. Less likely their first equals the guy's mad. I don't why would they be mad? So you traded a first to a non-playoff team, which non-playoff teams want picks because they need more picks to rebuild their team. So I don't understand the issue with that one. Now I guess it all depends what you got in return. I mean, obviously he could have overpaid for that, of course. Also traded players to get another team's, I'm guessing that's another team's pick to be a playoff contender. So there'd be a late round pick. So I mean, I don't know. I guess it all depends on what you had to trade away in the first place. Because you traded it first, what'd you get in return? Right? That's kind of where it's kind of hard to know why they would be mad. Reading that on the surface, I don't know why they would be mad. Shouldn't be mad. Plus, it's fantasy football, right? People can manage their own teams how they want to manage them. Other people shouldn't be out there whining and crying. If a dynasty league, manager wants to make a trade and it's stupid, that's on them. They're going to suck for another year. Jonathan Lee, I'd be getting St. Brown. You have Gibbs and Brees. Chase and Monty for St. Brown was originally what it was. So you'd be getting St. Brown. You'd be giving up Chase and Monty for St. Brown, and you still have Gibbs and Brees. Is that all you have, though, Jonathan? Like, if you still have somebody else there, then I'm okay with it. If you don't have anyone else there, then that's not a lot of depth to head into the last part of the season with, and that's where I would be worried. You would be solely reliant on those 2 guys. I love getting Amon Ra, don't get me wrong, but if you can accept the fact that you are gambling with your RB depth at that point, that's the biggest issue in that trade. Rogelio Anaya. That's where I'm going to go with. I'm locking it in. Wide receiver 2, Reed or Myers. Give me Reed. Flex Warren or the other wide receiver. Give me Jaylen Warren is the other option there for that one too. Each of you, a player for an anytime touchdown tomorrow. I got to look. Let me look. Let me pull it up here. Scroll through it. An anytime touchdown. Got to see. I mean, I think Jerome Ford has a great opportunity to score a touchdown on the ground tomorrow. How about Austin Eckler's in there going up against Green Bay? Austin Eckler is a great option. Aiden O'Connor. Let's see here. No. Not doing it. I mean, so far the one that stood out the most is still Austin Eckler. It's way easier to run on Green Bay than throw on them. Yeah, give me Austin Eckler, Jesse. Give me Austin Eckler.
Are you doing anytime touchdown?
Yep.
Oh, it's easy. It's David Montgomery.
I don't even know if is he an option for one? I was looking on Underdog to see if they were even in there.
I'm sure somewhere he is.
Somewhere he is. I guess it depends where you're. But yeah, I guess David Montgomery's another. We talked about him earlier in the show, having a great opportunity.
Oh, I got the next question. You know why?
No.
It's from Joe Sue. What up, Joe Sue? Need
Or
3
Josue.
running backs. ETN, Gibbs, Achan, or Singletary. I've got ETN, Gibbs, and Achan the highest there. Alec George. Which side for the rest of the season? Tyreek and Devontae or Diggs and Michael Pittman Jr.? Probably going to go Tyreek and Devontae Smith there. Kareem Abdullah becoming a member for the 22nd month and a half PPR. Should we be selling high on ETN or Tyreek Hill after this week? No, unless you're selling so high that you're just stacking your team because of it. So no, but I'm not trading either of them, especially Tyreek. And then there's nobody getting really more touches than ETN outside of Christian McCaffrey right now. Ricky, sit one from DJ Moore, Montgomery, and Tank Dell. Need upside. If I have to sit one, I would probably sit DJ Moore. Even if you need upside, I'm probably going with Montgomery and Tank Dell instead. If you really need super duper upside, then go Moore and Tank Dell there. But I really don't love it.
I don't know if you said it or not because I was scrolling. Did you get Alec George? Alec Jorge? Alec? Okay.
Yeah, Tyreek and Devontae rest of the season.
Okay.
Lauren Kennard, Howell or Dobbs at quarterback? It's Howell for us this week.
Howell this week, yep.
X-Heart Lifer, Warren or Pickens in my flex. I've got Warren higher, especially in a full PPR.
Yep.
12 team, 5-5. Need this one badly. I'm going Warren there.
Yep, I agree. 100%.
Jake,
I agree.
It is 11:42.
Holy crap! Where is the night gone?
We have been live for 2 hours and 42 minutes exactly as of right now.
And you know what? We got a big week ahead of us.
Big week.
Just so you guys know, next week we have 3 games on Thursday,
and
right?
one on Friday.
And Friday. So I mean, it's going to be a hellacious week. We somehow have to drop a waiver wire video, 4 start sit videos, 3 rankings videos, and an injury video by Wednesday evening. So that's going to be a huge undertaking for sure. But it is Thanksgiving week, and there is a chance, just telling everybody that's out there right now, next Saturday night live stream, it may be a little bit shorter so we can all spend some time with our families, but just throwing that out there just so everyone knows for sure. But yeah, it's a big week upcoming. Hopefully you guys have some great plans with family and stuff coming out here for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yep, and I'll be live tomorrow morning. Brett just sent a super chat. Start 3 for my mom's half PPR league. Achan, Mostert, Warren, and James Cook. Give me Achan, Mostert, and Warren there.
Love it.
But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get out of here for this evening. We've been live for almost 3 hours answering tons of questions. Hopefully you all have a great rest of your Saturday evening. I'll be live tomorrow morning right here to not only do our Pick'em stream, but to do our members only start and sit stream as well. I'm going to head on over to Headliner Breaks. If you want to keep hanging out with us, go to Headliner Breaks and subscribe. We're going to rip open some football cards here for a little bit before I go get into bed. Hoosier Davo, thanks for the help, guys. Best channel I've watched by far. Hoosier, appreciate you. Thanks for becoming a member and upgrading your membership and the super chats this week. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get out of here. Everybody have a great rest of your Saturday. I hope to see you in the stream either tonight on Headliner Breaks or tomorrow right here on the Fancy Headliners. But until then, stay safe and healthy, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.
you can't be